ever tell you that?
An
Have I
angel?
ever told you that before?
I don't believe in angels though.
An angle? He has the voice of an angle.
If angels were real.
It's 90 degrees.
If angels were real.
It's hot fire.
Yeah.
Actually, 90 degrees is a very hot fire. I'm thinking, like, you know.
Are you talking about boy bands?
God damn it.
No, you said he has the voice of an angel. I mean, you mean an angle? Because he's 90 degrees. He's hot fire.
Jesus fucking
God.
It's like, but 90 degrees isn't really that hot
God fucking damn it.
Love it. Do I need to back off at all?
You got Disco to laugh. It must have been pretty good.
Yeah, yes! Disco, that's the first time I ever made you laugh.
Yeah, Disco doesn't laugh very
Sound
often.
okay, Joe?
It's because life is awful. Start the podcast. My
This
name
mango
is
cake feels
Disco,
my bed.
and I'm here to
Yeah, bro.
vocally
Oh, you were
moisten
you
your...
were
And that's still
welcome-
yours, I promise.
No, it was like,
You know what? I'm gonna
You're
just to be
welcome
the
to
intro
break
now.
into
So
that.
we're
Just leave
recording.
us
This is all
Not bad.
live recording now. That's it.
Okay.
You guys didn't even hear it. You'll have to hear it on.
Yeah, give Disco his moment.
No, he already introed. We're actually recording now. This is part of the podcast.
I love it.
Oh.
So yeah.
You didn't even hear it. You're gonna have
No.
to listen to it on the raw pod.
So yeah, we've started. I've officially declared this the podcast started. So.
Oh, well, welcome to Friendly Fire Podcast.
Right. And Sean's not here to yell like a
53.
retard.
Are we? This
Wait,
is it? Like,
wait, are we seriously starting?
We've started. Yes, we've started.
Oh my god!
Disco introed it without anybody allowing it. So here we go.
That's not allowed.
So
Isn't that anarchy?
This is the podcast.
You
Well,
were overthrown.
but
Well,
if I allow it, then it's not anarchy.
uh,
Your God can allow you certain liberties once in a while.
How does your God allow you to overthrow you?
I am the
He is
podcast
the
god,
God.
so whatever I say is just okay. So.
Logan just likes to be tossed around by Disco.
You would like that too
He
much.
likes to be, no, I'm going to correct you. He likes to be tossed around by dicks, though.
Get out.
No,
Get
not
out.
good enough.
Get out.
What, Patrick?
Episode 53 going on.
Is it 53?
It is.
Yeah, we are on
Yeah,
episode
this
53.
is the, yep.
5-3.
I cannot believe we just, like, impromptu introed the podcast without even realizing it.
Yeah.
Why not?
We're here.
He's just a fucking disco professional over here, getting shit done.
Disco
So.
professional.
Yeah, we're here and Disco's queer.
So
Disco.
it's
Dude.
Disco, Logan, Josh, Worth, and Patrice.
Patricio.
Patricio.
Patrick is here.
Post-con podcast.
Yeah,
Oh,
we did a
God.
Nebcon podcast last year.
Last-
we'll
but
probably
Lo-
do another one.
Logan wasn't there.
I was
last-
barely
this
there
year.
this year. I just didn't care.
What?
So,
Josh?
why are you dancing, Josh?
No, I'm not dancing. I'm
You
just
were.
raising my hands so
Raising
everyone
the
can see
roof.
them.
I mean, we can kind of, I think we can kind of throw in a little bit of banter about the con this year.
Do you guys want to do a Nebcon podcast?
I don't think we need to devote an entire podcast to it. I mean, because
It could be a podcast of complaining.
It wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that bad,
It wasn't
but
that
Yeah, but it wasn't
bad.
that
it wasn't
good.
that good.
No, obviously. Yeah.
It wasn't that
It's like
good.
60-40, in
It
my
was-
opinion. It was 60-40.
The
The-
parties were fun.
I mean,
I didn't go to a panel. The shop was a just
An abortion.
disaster.
They
And that's about it.
and
I
the
mean-
hotel wasn't prepared for that amount of people.
no, not at
No.
all. They
Not even
they sold
remotely.
over 10,000 passes this year. 10,000.
Is that guaranteed?
Well, that's how many passes they sold. I
I
don't know how
heard
many.
pre-reg got up to over 7,000.
I don't know.
is what
I don't know how
heard.
many people actually went, but that's how
Good
many
God.
passes were sold. Over 10,000.
What was the most at the old place?
They were just.
Ramada.
They were just
8,000,
under.
I think.
Was it under 8? I heard 7. Maybe just over 7,000.
The Ramada can only accommodate 10,000, I think.
But I think, dude, the Ramada
Close to it.
the Ramada is such a more suitable layout for the con. Like,
Zen Garden's gone. Doesn't matter.
it's gone.
Yeah, they were renovating
In the
that
Ramada?
entire area. Yeah,
Oh,
the
Oh.
bridges are gone
Dude.
already. They're tearing down that entire area.
dude.
All right, I'm
Yeah,
declaring
they
it.
did.
Nebcon is dead.
Well, no,
No, okay,
a lot of us were
It's
joking.
over. It's over. We can't go back. It's
I don't
over.
know if Nebcon is dead.
It's
but-
over.
A lot of us were joking this year that we should go and steal the bridge pieces that they were throwing away and
Oh
bring them
my
to
Just
the
God.
con.
make
Like,
it.
This is the Zen Garden. Like just
Just
a piece
throw
of
buckets of
terrain.
water at each other and be like, "We're at the Zen Garden,
Yay!
yay!"
The Zen Garden.
Here's the
This is
fountain.
where we're supposed to be.
No,
Okay.
but like my biggest thing about it this year was if I was a first timer to the con, or I should actually let me rephrase that. If I was going into this year with the same expectation that it was going to be pretty much the same as it was last year, I'd be pretty pissed off because you used to be able to just roll in and go into the party rooms and stuff and just hang out and have a good time. This year, it's like pretty much all the party rooms were requiring passes, and like that's one of the big like That's what I saw. I saw a lot of the rooms requiring passes.
That
Our
didn't-
party.
That didn't happen in like the entire time I was there.
Really?
Supposedly, it happened for a short period of time when I wasn't at the party.
And
but
I was there. I tried to get in. They're like, no, you
Yeah.
can't
See.
come in.
See.
So yeah,
Well,
they
see what I'm
told
talking
me no. I was like, fuck you. I've been going to this for
Well,
years.
you should have said my name, and then I would have been.
Oh,
I probably could have actually.
well,
You should be like,
but
go
the-
get Patrick. And
but
I'm
the
like,
other
oh, yeah, I'm
thing-
going to come get you.
That
And I would tie you
aside,
in.
that aside, I just kind of was not a fan of the whole like accessibility of the con.
Well, the problem was the Zen Garden was so wide open.
It was
and
so
this
wide
was just a
open.
hallway. So
It
people
was-
were hanging outside the rooms the entire time.
It was one big hallway, and plus you had to wait to get in the elevators for like 15 minutes at a time. Sometime.
I
and-
always got on right away. I
Oh.
literally would just walk in front of people.
No,
I literally just walked in front of people and got on the elevator every time.
I understand it's a new venue and there's gonna be some growing pains. Like so.
Year
I'm-
one.
Huh? It's year one.
It's year
I know. I'm gonna give it a chance next year, but I mean, I definitely have some criticisms about it, and it's not what I was hoping for. It was. I don't know. It's what, Josh? What do you got?
You have 60 more seconds to talk about Nebraskon.
Okay,
Yeah.
here's my thing with it. First off, like Ali and Corey especially, like, and they're kind of the heads of the planning committee for Nebraskon. Like they do a really great job with planning the event itself, especially like for as many people that show up for this. Like I think because this year it was like 3,000 over capacity of what it normally is.
Over last year's, I think.
Yeah, like it was something crazy like that. But like you have to keep in mind, this is a brand new venue. We have like brand new staff and stuff that we're dealing with. I have no idea like what we're about. You know, Ramada is used to us, and Ramada could have been like that at first too. The other thing you have to realize is that, excuse me, the con is basically like using money and resources for you to be there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I understand for them not wanting people to ghost, basically just show up to the con and not like contribute in
Maybe a
any,
lurker,
in
pretty
any way
much.
at all. Yeah, pretty much. Like, I mean, I definitely understand and I get that. But at the same time, I wish that they had been more forthright in communicating about that, because that was never really a rule that
It was never clearly stated.
Yeah, that was never really been enforced in the past, and it's like,
And the
You
other
know,
and the other thing about that
I've been
is-
going for the last couple of years, and and I'm kind of a noob when it comes to conventions and whatnot. So I probably would have appreciated like a little forewarning or been like, hey, this is the etiquette that you don't do. This is what you should do. Like, that way, because if I had known that up front, I probably would have, taken more incentive to buy a pass. So I felt like they probably could have been a little bit better with communication about certain things. But overall, I felt like it was kind of a success. I really just missed the Zen Garden. That's the only thing about the con that I felt like it missed, was like a congregating area.
the best
that was
hangout
it.
spot.
When I did fill out the
Review.
survey for it,
Yeah.
I mentioned that they needed an area that was like designated as an area for people to hang out, because there wasn't any.
Yeah.
There literally was not a single
there technically
spot.
was, but it was that
Where?
like that area behind the elevators with all the
That
tables
was
and
not
shit.
a spot.
It was
for people
way
to
too
hang out.
small. It was
like
way
the
too
Pokemon
small.
tournament was going on over there too.
It was
way
There
too
was a-
small.
there
It was
like
it was
half the people,
mostly
yeah.
taken up by the Pokemon tournament,
And
then
the
there was like
furries.
10 other tables, and there was nothing else. Everything else was hallways.
Mm.
Yeah, it seemed a little narrow at times. I don't really know how they would fix that, because that's kind of part of
I think
part
they
of the way
should
that
just
the
get
hotel is
rid
laid
of.
out.
They should just have one of the ballroom type things as just an area for people to hang out.
Yeah.
Because
That would be a good idea.
That would be cool,
because
especially if they decorated it.
the problem is that they have a god awful amount of useless panels that nobody goes to and are completely pointless.
Right.
Just get rid of those crappy panels. Sorry to the people who run them, but you run crappy panels. Nobody wants to come to them because they're so like,
Obscure.
yeah, it's something that nobody cares about except for like 10 people, and 10 people show up into a gigantic room for a panel. Who cares?
Yeah.
Get rid of all the panels from that room, make that room a hangout place.
We could have had a whole Nepcon podcast.
Dude,
I apologize.
we need to try to get on.
I
we need to try to
I
get on
started
that.
this.
Right. Any
Yeah.
final thoughts then for any
I-
local people listening?
Okay, go ahead, Josh.
Well, I don't want any-
5 words or less.
2 sentences. Okay. I still think that as far as planning everything and providing everybody a great event, I thought that they did a great job overall, especially for being in a brand new venue. Obviously, there's room to improve, but other than those things I mentioned, I had a blast at the con this year.
Those 3 sentences.
That was a lot of comments.
I had fun.
Whatever. No, there were commas.
I mean, I'll go back to what I said. Like the accessibility is a big thing to me. Like I just kind of felt that like the whole event was laid out awkwardly and weird. And the other thing is like the requirements for passes and that kind of stuff. What if someone is a newcomer and just kind of wants to go in and just see it for themselves? Like
You can though. You just can't go inside any of the
you
rooms.
just can't go inside the rooms. But like, I don't know. I just kind of feel like something like that could kind of kill the experience because like the first time I ever went to a con, I didn't pay any money, but I had a fucking blast. I had a good time because I was able to like mostly get the full experience of it. And I feel like they kind of took that away from a lot of the people this year, and they added a lot more rules and regulations that took away from the charm from last year's. And that's what I think.
You're also going to a con for free though, Worth. Like typically most people that go to like a lot of bigger cons like pay for it. You know, they're expecting you to pay for it. They're expecting you to support it.
But if it's like, if I'm saying like if you're a newcomer going to a local con, like maybe don't be such a stickler in that regard. But anyway, that's just my 2 cents.
I'll honor your wishes, Logan. Bigger community space and hotel be ready for next year.
Yes.
There you go. Makes sense. Makes sense.
Employee wise. You know what I mean? Just
Right. Well, they have 1 year to kind of feel it out, and now they'll
I
next
just
year
think
they'll
they
probably
weren't.
react.
I just don't think they were prepared. It was
They
their
didn't
first year
expect
doing
it.
it, and it's like,
Yeah, I'll give you that. They didn't
We
expect
only have 2 bartenders on the night. That's a bad idea. It's
Right.
just-
Yeah.
I do have to applaud them for keeping up with their Facebook page though. Anytime anybody like had a comment on their Facebook page, they were always very, very quick to respond with questions to answers as far as like, hey, what the hell do I do? So there was a place to go if you needed answers to questions. So
Yeah.
I thought they did a really good job on that front.
Disco. You got any final closing?
Room parties were fun. Everything else about the con I avoided this year.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I did get my autograph from the Full Metal voice actors, though. That was so
Al?
cool. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got everybody's. What's her name? Alexis Tipton. I didn't fill. I didn't.
Or
Fill,
Winry.
no, not Winry. She was. Who the fuck was she? She was in Full Metal. I can't remember what character she was, but she was a voice actor for this character named Mocha from Rosario Plus Vampire.
Are you sure it's not Winry?
I'm pretty sure it's. Yeah, I'm
I
pretty sure.
have no idea.
Anyway, but I didn't put my name on my badge this year because I went to that panel because I wanted them to just kind of fill something in just for the fun of it, and she's like, I don't know what to call you, and I'm like, surprise me, write something in, and she took like a good 30 seconds to stare at me, and then she writes, writes in my name, Smirk McSmiles.
Wow. Wow.
It's those small memories that
Like,
bring
that-
you back
that
to
was
the con
pretty cool.
every year.
That was pretty cool though. She was a cool chick. Like,
No,
yeah.
it's those memories that
Yeah.
bring you back to the con.
yeah, no, Alexis Tipton, if you're listening, you're okay in my book.
Alexis Tipton.
Pretty sure she's not listening.
She's probably not listening.
Alexis Tipton is bae.
You never know, right?
You never know.
Yeah.
We could share it, and she probably will love it. She'll be our #1 fan.
No.
No.
What you pointed, Pat? What's up?
I was gonna say, what have you been playing this week, Logan?
Yeah, let's get into the actual games this week.
I have no control of this podcast. Disco starts. Pat makes me say what I'm playing. What did I play? Lots of Skyrim.
Of course.
Lots and lots and lots of Skyrim.
As it should be.
Oh my god. I'm at level like 31 now in Skyrim. Just the
Jesus.
little character, yeah.
Wow, dude.
Yeah, dude. Lots of magic being used.
Have you gone outside?
Lots of lockpicking. Yeah, I went to work this week. I didn't go to work last week. I had an entire week off. I took work this week.
What's your conjuration up to?
89, I think.
That a boy.
Almost to 100,
There
and then
you
I can
go.
do 2 astronauts. Oh, I have a one of the follower can also summon like a creature or whatever, and I summon a creature, so there's 4 of us fighting at any one given time. And so I'll have 2 summons, so I'll just sit back and just watch everything happen. I'm like, I don't care.
You're going for the necromancer feel. for your
Absolutely,
first
yeah.
time, right?
I raise dead. I summon, creatures to fight for me. I also do like bound weapons where you create a weapon to use, and I use stabs a lot too, and destruction magic.
Stabs.
So
Are you playing as a mage or what?
stays. I don't give a fuck.
What class are you playing as?
Well, it's a magic user, but I'm focusing in conjuration.
Gotcha.
So-
You can do anything you want in Skyrim.
I feel like if you say staves, you're just an asshole.
Staves.
Pretty
I think you're just an asshole if you say
It's like
staves.
staves.
Not not
Yeah.
large, grande.
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's like,
I know there's
shut
a right
the
and wrong.
fuck up.
There's a right and wrong way to say it. I just choose to
Instead
say
of
it
wash
wrong.
it.
Why? That just hurts my brain to hear the word staves.
I'm just like, oh, and you can also shut the fuck up. I know you say it, Disco, so I know Disco says it all the time.
Staves.
You always say staves.
I
No,
specialize
it's-
in staves. That just doesn't sound right.
Hearthstone,
I
Hearthstone.
literally
Right.
don't even remember the time that
You said it before. That's fine. I also played some Siege. Getting back into that, getting excited for the new operators. It looks like there's gonna be another thermite kind of operator, but it's like a
Yeah.
projectile. So I'm super
So it's
excited
like
for
it's
that.
like an ash thermite hybrid.
Basically,
class.
yes. And I said that. I'm pretty sure I said that on the podcast
You
like
did last
months
week.
ago.
You did-
I
you
mean,
said it
even
last
before
week.
that, I
Yeah.
think. That's what I wanted for a long time. That's what Siege needed for kind of a balance for attackers.
Right.
I played a little bit of ESO, kind of doing some more daily stuff. I just kind of ran around and fought some stuff and kind of did some stuff in the Gold Coast.
Mhm.
Titanfall. I beat the Titanfall single player. It was really, really fun for a shooter campaign. They had a couple mechanics that were in every couple of levels had like a new mechanic that was not in the game anywhere else. But it's really interesting to break up the same kind of thing. Probably 60% was on foot, 40% in the Titans. It was a really good balance to have.
You had time control, I saw.
Yeah.
I wasn't
yeah,
going to say it. I was
Oh,
going to let
sorry.
people experience it.
Oh.
There's like a time
Oh,
manipulation kind of
God
thing.
damn
Thanks,
you,
Pat.
sir.
Thank you.
Sorry, I'm the spoiler
I was
king.
trying.
You're
not
the
to-
spoiler
I was trying
king.
not to
Known as the
spoil that for
spoiler king.
worth.
I
So-
apologize.
God damn
I
it, fuck
I
you.
saw it from the trailer. So
There
I
is like a
knew it was
time
coming.
manipulation mechanic. It's implemented really fucking cool. I don't know. It's really cool. I really enjoyed it. There's another gun you can use that manipulates different stuff, or you get to hack things. It's fucking awesome. So really good campaign.
The next thing that you spoil for me, Pat, I'm literally going to punch you in the dick as hard as I can.
like that time manipulation. It's almost kind of like the singularity in Mass Effect.
If any, okay. Well, there's a game called Singularity, and it has a very similar time mechanic as well.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
Well, there you go.
No, so yeah, play Titanfall 2 single player. The multiplayer is also very fun. I've had a great
It's a
time with it so
blast.
far.
It's very fun.
It's way better than the first in basically every aspect. I can't think of a way that the first one was better. So it was fun.
In Titanfall, how big are the maps compared to your normal like Call of Duty? Obviously, Battlefield's like ridiculously large, but like, would you?
Well,
like,
Call of
compare it
Duty
between-
Call of Duty is like a corridor shooter. It's very, very
There-
closed off.
There's a
It's
lot
very-
of
Titanfall,
There's a lot of shooting
like
lanes.
a medium. would
Well,
you say,
it's hard
or-
to say because Call of Duty is super tiny and Battlefield is massively huge. And Titanfall is still very large because it has to, compensate for Titans running around. So they're very large maps, but when you're on foot, you can still always find something to fight.
Right.
Well, the thing about being on foot is you're actually really quick. And I know that I haven't played Titanfall 2, but just talking about the first one, like there's a lot of like wall running and
Right.
jumping and
There's a heavy parkour element.
yeah, so you could get around places really fast.
Oh yeah.
Even if you were a long ways away from the other side of the field, just being able to jump to the top of a building quickly and then jump down. I mean, you didn't have to run around the building; you just climbed over it.
Pretty
So
much.
It helped save some time. So
And then-
your maps can be a little on the larger side, and you still have the capability of being on foot and getting around.
And there's a couple extra like movement mechanics that they add as perks. So like one of the classes that lets you use a grapple hook. So like if you wanted to get up to a super high place that you're not it's not easily accessible just by jumping there. You just grapple up to it, and then you can use it as a sniping position.
Mhm.
So it's
Nice.
Yeah. So I mean they added a lot of the changes. I feel like were both subtle, but they were necessary.
Exactly.
So
yeah.
like and it just completely made for an entirely different game and made an entirely new dynamic that made it that much better than the original.
I can dig it.
Yeah.
No, it looks fun.
Really,
Yeah.
everything about
Yeah.
it is better. I've
Yeah.
loved it so far. Next week I should be playing Dishonored. I should
Oh,
have
yeah,
some
that comes out
Dishonored
too.
News. Yeah.
Yeah,
I should be playing that, and I played a lot of Battlefield also.
of course.
It was this so good. It's so fun. It's good. Cause the heavy tank. The heavy tank is the best thing in that fucking game. I love it. It's.
I kind of like this little single tank,
The
like
AT-AT.
the light tank.
I haven't really used that much because the heavy tank is so fun to me. I have
It-
not
it
even
is very-
tried anything
It
else.
is very fun with like the little one man tank. Like
That's
that-
not the land ship, is it?
No, it's not the
Okay, good. I did not care
that's
for
the
that
four.
one.
Like I think it's either four. It's a 3-person tank. I think.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Anyway, but the little single tank, it's a lot faster than the other ones, so you can get in and out of and take objectives really quickly and do a shit ton of damage, and then just be gone right away.
Right.
Like,
every single time that I jumped into one of those smaller tanks, I literally got blown out by a larger tank or a larger vehicle immediately.
Well, that's the trade-off. You're trading off armor for speed.
Yeah,
Like that's the trade-off.
That's bad luck too, honestly. Because I mean, there's times where I'm in a tank for 5 or 6, 10 minutes at a time, and nothing happens to me. Just kind of rolling through people. So it's just the odds of that happening.
Yeah. I've just, like, every time I got into it in the beta, I just never had fun with it, so I haven't tried it since.
Do it again.
Well, they made a lot of improvements since the beta, I feel like. So.
Yeah.
What have you been playing, Josh?
Oh, shit. It's my turn?
It is your turn.
Fuck me. Well.
Maybe later.
This week, it's been nothing but Mass Effect 3, pretty much.
Yes.
Boy.
I beat the Leviathan DLC.
Did you beat it?
Yeah, I did. It was awesome. So.
You got that origin story.
Oh, dude, yeah. It was so good.
Close your ears.
No spoilers.
We're not spoiling anything. I just said origin story. It's
Well,
like-
now that it's backwards compatible, Disco, you have no
so good.
excuse.
Yeah.
Josh, don't talk about it at all, because even I haven't played that yet.
You haven't?
Oh, you
I haven't
haven't
played
played
any Mass
Leviathan?
Effect 3 DLC. I
Oh,
beat the
that's
base
right.
game like right away. I never went back to it yet, so don't even talk about it at all.
Okay, well, no, I do want to mention something. There was something that happened in Leviathan, and I actually had to put the controller down, and I was like, I need to take a break. Like, I was like, holy shit, that was huge. And then, like, I was talking to Logan about it, and then Logan just kind of guessed what happened.
I did guess what it was, but don't say anything even.
Right. We're not going to say what it was, but Logan guessed what happened. But it was an awesome piece of DLC. Every single piece of DLC for Mass Effect that I've ever played was totally worth every penny and more.
Oh, yeah.
It's upon hours and hours and hours of content. I think for Citadel itself, I've spent about 20 hours in so far.
It's huge fan service DLC.
Well, and if I
Citadel's just straight up fan
There's
service.
so many fucking side quests to do. It's absolutely absurd.
And didn't they release Citadel in 2 parts?
They
if I
did.
remember
They
right?
did. Yeah, they absolutely did.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm telling you, it was.
There's a main mission and there's something awesome that happens afterwards that I highly recommend saving before you do. That way you can experience it.
Oh, God.
entirely.
Pat recommended to me that I save before the party. That way I can go in and like do like every dialogue conversation, because once you actually go through the party and you don't save it, like you're done. Like you can't go through the alternate dialogue options. So you can see which one that you like the best.
If you're
that was a
geeky
really
as
good
enough.
idea.
As
yeah, I have
it depends
every
on what
conversation
you want to
possible.
do.
Right. Other than Mass Effect 3, I popped in a little bit of Skyrim this week. I'd say probably about 1 or 2 hours. Not too much. I'm honestly trying to just burn through Mass Effect as quickly as possible. I did purchase a couple of new games this week.
Oh.
I got the DMC Definitive Edition because it's only
I did too.
It's only fucking $9 on Xbox Live this week, and it's the remastered version of DMC. It runs at 60 frames, 1080p. Also includes every piece of DLC, 200 extra blood orbs, and
Number 1.
what else? Costumes. Oh, just DMC, like the reboot.
Like,
okay.
like the origin story.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, the
Okay.
reboot.
Yeah.
So like, and it includes the costumes, it includes every piece of DLC, and it's. I had $1.50 off from like my Xbox Live rewards thing. I didn't even know I was enrolled in that, but apparently I was, and it was $1. Yeah, I had like $1.50 off, so I got it for even cheaper. So I was like, yeah, I'm definitely gonna buy this. So it's sitting on my Xbox right now. What else did I get this week? I installed Left 4 Dead 2 and Blue Dragon on my Xbox One this week.
I like number 2.
Yep, and I do want to give a shout out to my Xbox 360. It was very good to me. I've had it for 10 years, but today I traded it in. So
Moment of silence.
10 years. I had this console for 10 years and it never gave me one single problem. It was one of the best consoles I've ever owned. But honestly, I didn't really need it anymore, and it was taking up space. Most of the games that I have for it are backwards compatible now, so no need for it. So I just traded it in.
I'm in the same boat now that Mass Effect is backwards compatible.
Yeah.
Like that was the only reason I was saving my 360 was to play Mass Effect. And now
pretty much.
now that it's backwards compatible, it's like, sorry, bro.
Yeah.
You gotta go.
I mean, it was fine. I just wanted to get rid of stuff. I mean, there are some games I'm missing out on, but I'm sure more will come backwards compatibility as the console ages on. So
right.
Anyway, didn't mean to go on and on. Also, thanks to Logan's generosity, I did get Battlefield 1 this week.
I got an extra free copy, so I
Yeah, he did. He had an extra code, so he did get me Battlefield 1. So I'm pretty stoked about.
I didn't think
that.
Disco would want that, so
So-
no Battlefield 1 for you.
Wouldn't play it.
You're missing out, sir.
So
No, I'm not.
No, I'm
It's
not.
so fun.
So I'm super pumped about that. Other than that, that's it for me. Nothing else. So
Well, I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for this one, but I've been playing almost exclusively.
Boo!
Start with a Z and end in Omnis.
boo,
No,
Yeah, it does.
boo,
Well-
Leslie, no.
no. Well, I did play that,
Boo.
but not exclusively. Modern Warfare Remaster.
Could be worse. You could be playing Infinite Warfare.
Ha!
Remastered acceptable.
Well, I mean, I did have to buy the game to get it, so I mean, technically, yeah, I did. But no, dude,
He's
I mean,
not wrong.
He's not wrong.
He's
but,
not wrong.
wait, okay, but Pat, I'll let you go before
The
I.
fuck
The only
you
reason
want?
while you're talking about this, the only reason why first day of the con, Sean came over like super early. He's like, "Hey, we're going to the con." I'm like, "Oh, I go pick up a table for the room party." And he goes, "Hey, can we stop at GameStop real quick?" Like off of Giles.
He gets Call of
there.
Duty.
You got his COD.
And I go, "Yeah, why?" And I'm already in my getup. Like, I got my wig on and everything. Like, I'm ready to go for the con.
Before Hokage comes
I
rolling
go,
into
no, I do. And I
GameStop.
walk in, and he's in, like, one of the girls there is like, "Oh, you're going to the con and everything?" And Sean comes up and goes, "Hey, can I get Call of Duty, remastered?" The girl goes, "Nerd!" And I lost it. Like, I started, because I'm in cosplay, sitting there just, like, straight up. And she called him a nerd for getting Call of Duty.
That's
It was very
because,
funny.
yeah, Sean's a pleb.
That's all I got.
Me and Sean will be plebs together.
You're all plebs for spending
But-
$80 on that fucking game, especially you
Dude,
did.
okay,
so
no, dude,
you have
for-
no fucking room to
Yeah,
talk
bring that
about
up.
what a game is worth ever in
Okay.
the history of this podcast ever.
Okay,
again.
all right. Okay, moving on. You got your.
I just want
Your
to
hate.
No,
You had your
it's,
hate.
it's not hate.
It's
I'm just-
hate.
It was a fun jab.
Okay,
I'm just
fine.
fun
Anyway, but
jabbing.
all that aside, I mean, they're like the updates that they made to the remastered Modern Warfare were subtle in nature, but they added so much to like the entire dynamic of the game, and like it felt like a brand new game to me again. Like especially with like a lot of the set pieces and the graphical updates they made to the cutscenes, especially with when the fucking nuke goes off when you're like. There were a couple like little changes that they made to the animations that just made it that much more like just horrifying, I guess. And I don't know, like it looks so much better than the original. And the multiplayer plays exactly the same, which I appreciate. They have a very good like what am I trying to say? They have a pretty extensive like class editing setup. Like you can have 25 classes in the multiplayer.
Was it
Like-
25? I thought it was like 30.
No, it's
but
25. Yeah, 20.
Yeah.
You can have 25 classes like at your disposal. In
I don't know.
multiplayer.
How excessive is that?
Yeah, it's excessive, but I mean, it's.
I play with like 3.
I have like, well, I mean, I stick to a few main guns. I stick to the MP5 suppressed, the
Gross.
M16,
MP5 is
the M16.
god-awful.
Jesus Christ, Josh, get the fuck away. No, and then I use the R700. Like that's my go-to sniper rifle. But
Is that that's the second
it's
bolt action
it's the
one?
second bolt action. Yeah, yeah. I like the M40, but R700 has my heart.
M21 is where it's at.
The M21 is pretty good.
Best sniper in the game.
But
Dragunov is a close second. I like
dude, the
I like
Dragunov is terrible.
I like the quick firing ones.
But
I feel like I get more headshots out of those.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to spam it, like if you're in a bind, but
No, I don't spam it. I just feel like they're more accurate and they have less kick.
I'll give you that. Like they do have less kick. I don't know about more accurate, but
I had the Red Tiger for the M21.
yeah, but
I used to love playing.
and
that was my go-to sniper.
It's like that dumbass sniper in Mass Effect 3. One of the DLCs I got. It's like, oh, guess what? It's a sniper rifle, but it goes bang, bang, bang. It does 3 shots in one.
Oh, the Indra.
Yeah, it's worst
Oh,
sniper
dude,
in the
I
game.
love the Indra so
Fucking
much.
No,
hate
screw
that
that.
sniper
Get
rifle.
the
Dude.
get the one that has 12 ammo clips, 48 ammo. That's it. I'm done. I'll
Wait,
be on
there are
Mass Effect on
sniper
that one.
rifles in Mass Effect 3?
Yes,
Yeah.
there
Yeah.
are. If you
There-
play Inquisitor,
there are
or
other weapons other than
infiltrators.
shotguns?
Inquisitor,
The Indra in multiplayer is awesome.
The
I
Indra
fucking
is
love
literally-
that thing in
You
multiplayer.
like
it's
it?
the best.
In
No.
multiplayer, it's
The
legit.
worst.
Oh, in multiplayer, I can
the
see.
Yeah.
Indra is the best.
Single
hyper-
player, it's
You just
horrible.
point at an enemy and you just unload on him Because the spread is
Yeah.
so wide, but if you have distance, it just
Yeah, the Injure is
it's
the
awesome.
best hybrid.
It's all
weapon.
about you just using the pistol and using your powers.
Well, you can do that
constantly.
too if you want to like roll a biotic or a Vanguard. But
But if I'm gonna bring one gun in the Mass Effect multiplayer, I'm bringing the Injure.
That makes sense.
Like, yeah,
Don't
it
get me-
is-
but single player, it was garbage. Like I always went for the high ammo.
Lash
not
and
screw that,
smash,
headshot for
baby.
days.
Slash and
But
smash.
okay, yeah. So COD 4 Remastered is godly amazing. It's everything I hope for.
I played it for several hours today.
It is very good.
Loved it.
It's very good.
I don't know if you heard Worth, but I bought it.
I figured you would. And then I did
Nostalgia over.
I did play a little bit of the Infinite Warfare campaign.
I did the same.
I mean, there were a couple cool things they added. Like they kind of added like kind of side missions almost, like kind of like there's like a map. There's like a kind of a galaxy map almost. Like there's a Mass Effect.
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
Exactly. Well, yeah, and Kit Harington's in it too.
Right away.
What?
First mission.
Right away. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, he pops up?
And Conor McGregor's in it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't he the guy who was punching you?
Yeah, the guy that's punching in the face
Yeah.
at the beginning. Yeah, that's Conor McGregor.
Are they nice in game?
No, they're assholes.
Oh yeah, total dicks.
Yeah, they're the enemies.
No. Kid Harrington's a bad guy?
Mhm.
Yeah, he's like the Donald Trump of the game.
Oh.
No.
No, okay.
No.
All right, now we're gonna.
I do
get
not
into that.
approve of.
We're not gonna get into that.
I don't approve.
Anyway, and then the zombies mode for Infinite Warfare, I think, is actually pretty damn fun.
We'll have to try it out.
Yeah,
Grown.
my thing on it is it's not completely over the top like Black Ops 3 zombies. Like, shut up, Josh. And like, cause you had so many fucking puzzles and shit that you had to solve and everything. Like, there are puzzles in the zombies for Infinite Warfare, but like the map itself is still relatively linear and easy to figure out. Like, it's not just you like running around trying to find random objects. Like, there actually is some like stuff to it that's obvious, and it helps add to the dynamic of it, which I think is a good thing. So I'll probably play that quite a bit. That was worth the
Let's just
money.
go back to the original zombies.
I wish, but in a perfect world, whatever. But then aside from that, I played Titanfall 2. I played the campaign for about an hour, and I haven't got too far into it yet.
What did you think of the campaign so far?
I mean, I'm still kind of on the first mission technically. Like,
Are you just kind of running around the jungle
I'm running around the jungle trying to
Okay.
find the
with those batteries?
like the batteries
Okay.
for the Titan.
Okay.
But like I like that they added like a stealth mechanic to that.
Yeah,
So-
you have the cloak like with you. Like
you
the
got
entire
a cloak
game,
and stuff,
basically.
and like be careful about your movements and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So that was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then I did play the multiplayer for a few games. And I'll kind of touch up on what Pat was asking about Jesus Christ, Josh. I'm not a dog. Like as far as like map size and stuff like that goes, I think it varies based on the game type that you play.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So because there are like
Josh.
there's a lot
Stop
of different game types. There's
Well,
a lot.
no, and here's how bad it is. Like I shit on first-person shooters all the time, but I remember playing Call of Duty 4. What was it, Nuketown, or not Nuketown, but Nuketown?
That's Black Ops 1.
He mixed
Was that
Fallout
Black Ops
4
1?
and COD Modern Warfare 4 together.
Whatever.
Modern Warfare 4.
Yeah.
That's not a thing.
Yeah.
No, that is not a thing.
Like I played the campaign with
Yeah.
Captain Price, and then you had to do the sniper with the flag,
Well, Call of Duty
like,
is so
bullshit
tight.
and all that. Yeah, no, that campaign was really fun.
It's
It
amazing.
was really
Yeah.
fun to play. But yeah,
Yeah, but I guess, and as far as like the updates that they made to the class system in Titanfall, like are completely night and day from Titanfall 1, and there's a lot more customization options, and there's actually like different characters that have different skills that you can utilize, like the grapple character I was talking about. There's one guy that's like specializes in kind of a medic class. Like I feel like they kind of blended the best elements of COD and Battlefield and put it in like a sci-fi setting for and just put it. This is your multiplayer.
what's
And
what people want?
adaptation, like I guess.
There are a lot more
Adapt-
Titans too.
Yeah,
which
Yeah,
is
there are a lot
awesome.
more Titans to use.
They
A lot-
all have their own kind of kind of super abilities within
Yeah.
each Titan. They're all very unique. I was super excited with the variety of Titans.
like one
Did the
Titan.
Titan save you like in the trailer, like when you're about to go off a cliff and they like grab you, or is that just storyline?
No, not in
it's
multiplayer.
it's like a storyline thing.
That's a story.
There was
Damn
no
it.
reason in a gameplay mechanic for that to happen.
Not in multiplayer. Like
That'd be
you can't.
amazing.
But
You
there's no reason for
You
it.
can't
Yeah,
have
yeah,
you
but-
can't have the Titan fight alongside you in
That'd be sweet
multiplayer.
as shit though.
you can have the Titan fight alongside you in multiplayer. Like if you want to hop out of the cockpit and then like just go run around and kill people, you can have it follow you around as an ally, and it will fight for you in autopilot.
It's like patrol mode.
Like
or
patrol
something
mode,
like that.
yeah.
Protect the pilot at all
and
costs.
there's like you got like heavy Titans, you got your rifleman or soldier class Titan, which is like kind of the middle ground. You have like kind of a more like light recon type of Titan, which generally tend to be a lot faster, but they're armor suffers and that kind of stuff. But I mean, I'm happy with what I played so far. Josh, what do you got?
I just wanted to say real quick that I really have to brag on Titanfall 2. A lot of the mechanics that they implemented, like especially like the time travel mechanic, like was fucking legit.
It
like,
was really fun too. Oh,
that was probably one of the most inventive mechanics I've seen in a shooter in a long time. And not only that, but overall, like it wasn't just a first-person shooter, but like it was a platformer as well.
It was.
There was a puzzle element to the fights that you had with other Titans. So it's not just your typical run-of-the-mill first-person shooter. Like there's a lot more to this game, and they drew influences from a lot of other different games that most people love already. If you like first-person shooters, if you like platformers, if you like them mixed together, like I can't recommend it enough. Everything that I've seen Logan play so far looked amazing.
The game's getting phenomenal reviews right now.
Yeah.
It's definitely worth the money. I bought it on impulse and I don't regret it.
Yeah.
It looks really good too graphically.
Yeah,
it does.
Walking out every once in a while,
Yeah.
it just looks really good in general.
Right.
Yeah,
But yeah, that's
smooth too. Like
I did play.
It would have to be with that kind of
like
movement
frame
mechanic,
rate doesn't seem like every time I was seeing you play, like frame rate never really dropped down or anything like that.
Right.
So.
I played a little more, but I've been rambling for a while, so I'm gonna pass this along to Pat. What you got?
Speaking of mechs, aka
Xenogears?
Titans. Yeah, I'm at Xenogears. Man, it's gonna be bad. I have to finish it within the year. I got like.
What do you mean the year? No. Pat,
I gotta finish it in like 2 weeks.
You have like 2
No,
weeks.
what?
You have 2 weeks. Final Fantasy 15 comes out on the 29th.
Yeah.
Oh.
If you
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
When 15 comes out, there is literally going to be nothing else. Like I'm gonna buy The Last Guardian, but I'm gonna snub it completely for Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah.
So
Me and Josh are very excited for Final Fantasy 15, and I try my best to finish Xenogears because it's my favorite game. Once a year, try to speed run it, and try different strategies, but pretty much it's an RPG, so it's the same thing over and over again. But the story's great, music's great, all that bullshit.
I'm literally exploding with excitement.
Yeah, I'm about 40% of the way through the game right now. I'm still on disc 1, and there's 2 discs, so
Yeah.
I'm trying my best. I swear. But
You
yeah,
better
when
hurry
Final
the fuck
Fantasy,
up.
I know.
You
when
remember our
Final Fantasy
agreement, Pat.
15 comes out, it's gonna be bad.
I swear.
I've been playing some Fallout as well. I've been waiting for the mods to come out. God damn it!
Still.
Not very patiently either.
I'm not very patient. No.
You come out of the room, you're like, fucking mods aren't here yet, goddamn.
He's so thirsty.
But that's I love you. Like
he comes out like the sun burns. I can't.
3 days ago on the 7th, they announced that the patch 1.8 came out on the PC.
Yeah.
But they're working it towards the console right now, so it's an undetermined amount of time, sometime this month, and when it comes out. But when it comes out for PS4, that's when we have mod support for PS4 finally.
Right.
From what I've seen, there's over 100 mods so far. It's not a crap ton, but I really don't care. I just want immersive mods and something to give me a little more fun inside the story. I'm not looking for...
It's better than nothing.
Yeah, so
yeah,
coming
I'm not asking for a lot. I'm not that type of gamer. I just want... I've beaten the... Is there a word for fuck? No, I'm just kidding.
Fuck? I think the word you're searching for is fuck.
No, I know.
Fuck?
I know.
You keep using that word, I don't think you know what it means.
No, I mean, I've pretty much explored almost all of the Commonwealth, and it's great, and I played multiple characters, so I got my RPG elements going on, but I really want to, not just immersion-based, like, open up the world and make it look a little bit better, but people are really, very compassionate about the series, whether it's Skyrim or Fallout in general, Bethesda-wise. They do awesome companion mods. They do entire, side quest mods. There's one out for Xbox right now for the Khajiit, BT Dubs, Mr. Josh.
What? Is it the catnip?
It's the
the catnip one?
No, it's not the catnip one.
Oh, dude, the catnip one. You can get high on catnip as a Khajiit.
No, there's one where you actually get to, it's about, they guarantee 8 hours of content. You get to go to Elsewhere, or whatever you want to call it. the Khajiit homeland, and it's all desert based and all that stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, and they literally, it's just a companion mod. Like, you meet up with a Khajiit, and he's like, hey, if you want to, you can follow me. And they pretty much just use the same map like area of Skyrim, but they just reload it into Elsewhere.
Nice.
To where it's just desert and jungle and all that stuff. And then you have a whole bunch of, like, side quests. No achievements, obviously, but it's just fun side quest stuff. You get experience. Like, you actually gain experience in the game with your skills and everything.
Right.
But yeah, it's just a new adventure all the way through.
I want it.
Out of curiosity, how many hours would you say you've invested so far into Fallout?
Oh.
How many hundreds?
What is
of
that?
How many
hours?
hundreds?
How many
Yeah, how
hundreds?
many hundreds
I
of
mean, I
hours
gotta
is
look
much better
online.
question.
How many days are in a year?
Yeah, right.
Like, my main character, who's named Patrick. I'm not gonna lie. I'm sorry. I have 3 characters. I have Patrick, I have Roy, and I have Zach.
Yeah.
Yeah, Patrick's my main character.
Which one's the girl? Is it Pat?
Nope,
Is it Patrick?
I'm saving the lady for the mods.
Ah.
Whether you like it or not, unfortunately,
Of
most
course
character
you would.
model.
Of course.
Come on, are you kidding me? Most video game guys, most of the character model add-ons is like it's a character like in improved.
I
Guess
can
what?
give you
Yeah.
the
Like,
breastplate.
It's all about the girls 9 times out of 10. Like, some of the guys' like slight wrinkles are gone. Do you agree with me? Like,
no. I always.
Yeah.
most of the mods are all about women. It doesn't matter whether you like it or
75%.
not. It's.
Those
Oh, my
lonely, horny modders out there.
Lonely,
Like,
horny-
I will tell you
I
this
just
right
want a
now.
girlfriend.
If you are playing on Xbox, one of the most immersive and most amazing mods, besides the unofficial patch and all that, is look up JK, as in just kidding. It's just city mods that he does, and it transforms every main city insanely well. It gives you a lot more trees, more architect bullshit.
Nice.
Like the buildings change entirely. It's a lot more detailed all the way through. It's like you walk into a city and it's a whole new city. Then you like Whiterun just completely transforms.
Nice.
It's pretty amazing.
That was
that
such
they've
a
done.
hard-on for Skyrim Special Edition. There's literally like hours upon hours of content for Skyrim Special Edition, and everything that the mods add on top of everything that you have to do for single-player content and just exploring in general. But there's graphical updates. There's mods that add DLC, pretty much like mod DLC itself.
Technically, yeah.
Technically, yes.
You have companion mods. You have just straight up, like I said,
Yeah.
Like go to Elsewhere. Like that's ridiculous. Nobody made that. It's just fans of the game that are just that compassionate.
Yeah.
It's the best thing about the mod community, and I love that Bethesda is just open
And,
to
it's,
it.
and, and there's so much care that they put into those mods. Like I guess they respect the
voice acting.
Yeah,
you
they
know,
respect the
going into it.
authenticity of the game in that
Yeah.
regard.
There was one mod that added what was it, like 5,000 lines of dialogue?
Yeah, the NPC
Like,
mod that I showed you. Yeah.
5,000 fucking lines of acted dialogue. Like,
Just
are
a different
you kidding
NPCs,
me?
just to make them not say the same shit over and over.
And not be acted
I
by
took
the
an
same.
arrow into the knee. Oh, did you miss your sweet roll? Like the same shit over and over.
Yeah.
No, now there's a bunch of different stuff
the
going
the
on.
modding community of Skyrim is pretty fucking insane, actually.
Anyway,
So,
continuing on. I apologize.
That's
We
okay.
got into it.
I had to sploosh on Skyrim.
Fallout, Xenogears, Dokkan Battle. I'm gonna bring it up right now because they reached 100,000 downloads. So
Really?
if you actually are
That's
a
it?
player,
I
no, 100, I'm sorry, 100 million.
100 million. I was gonna say 100,000.
100 million downloads. So they have a huge like promotion going on right now. If you just log in, you just get a crap ton of awesome stuff going through. How's that Vegito going, buddy?
Vegito?
Vegito.
I did not get him,
I know, neither did I.
unfortunately.
I tried.
I have Gogeta.
Is it the same thing?
No,
No.
Vegito.
Same two people.
Gogeta
different
is
fusion.
the fusion dance. Like it only lasts for 30 minutes.
Jesus Christ. Word.
Vegito is when they put the
Oh, the
earrings on, and
earrings.
they're
That's-
supposed to be permanently fused,
Okay.
but in well, we won't spoiler for all those Dragon Ball Z
But
fans
no,
out there. But
the series is like forever years old.
basically, if you go into Boo for some reason, he's really weird and he splits you apart. Even though it's supposed to be permanent.
Patara earrings is Vegito, and then the fusion dance is Gogeta.
Is the dance, yeah.
Huh. Okay.
Fusion.
Fusion.
Know your DBZ, people.
And besides that, Logan will possibly get perked up on this. I have been playing a lot of Elder Scrolls Legends, like actually legitimately like getting into the game.
I have not played that in a while.
I've not paid any
actually,
money for it, but I've been playing online a lot and whatnot. It's been about 50-50, you know, because obviously people have way better decks than I have right now.
Right,
but
yeah.
I've actually kept my own. Like
That's good.
There's points where obviously you get that rage moment where like I'm about to beat you, and then they pull that card down.
Yeah,
in any card game
that's
whatsoever.
card games, yeah.
But it's a fun new way to play because I'm so used to Hearthstone, and doing the 2-lane battle system kind of gives it a new feel.
You're also kind of playing 2 games at the same time, so you have to like manage both sides of the field and anticipate, you know, what's going on.
It's like Two-Headed Giant, but single player.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
The best way
I
to
liked it
describe
when I did, yeah.
For the Magic players out there. Yeah.
Did Pat just say Hearthstone?
I did say it correctly.
Pat said
Lately, he's been
Hearthstone.
saying it correctly. He finally came to the right side.
What episode did this happen?
So a lot of people say
18.
Xenogears.
No,
I will
this did
always
not
say
happen in
Xenogears.
episode 18.
Episode 18 was the
No.
sword.
How do you, dude? What?
I'm the one that edits the podcast.
Oh my god!
I memorize these things.
My god!
Holy God.
First sign of the apocalypse.
That
Besides our
was
presidency.
that
Never
was
mind.
like
We're
fucking.
taking that back.
That was almost 40 episodes ago. Wow.
Yeah, 35 weeks ago.
My
Anything
last,
else, Patrick?
No, not entirely, but my last thing I will put out is, because it's not a big ideal and everything, if you are on PlayStation Network, they have a huge sale going on right now for PS2 and PS1 RPGs. If you're an RPG fan, it's 50 to 70% off on a lot of them. It's everything from Rogue Galaxy, if you play it on PS2, Wild Arms.
Suikoden 3 is also available.
Suikoden 3. There's just a bunch of good, like, old school games.
By the time that they get this, those games may not be on sale anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
But the sale is going on for multiple weeks. So keep checking back on PSN weekly, and like, I mean, they're like you said, like the percentages are crazy.
I think the reason why they're doing it is because 15's coming up,
right?
And everyone's
right.
like RPG,
yeah,
which is
Chrono
great.
Trigger.
Chrono Trigger's coming up.
If you own a fucking PlayStation and you have not played Chrono Trigger, you're fucking up.
Yeah.
Like, buy Chrono Trigger right now. Like, even if it's like $60, you should still buy the game.
It's only
I have
$10
it on
on
the
PSN.
3DS.
Well, that's
Oh
the
my
way
God,
to play
it's
it too,
so
because it has
amazing.
the extended ending and all that
Oh,
bullshit on it. No,
what?
it does. Yeah.
Oh, god
No,
damn.
you find Shala in that
Oh.
game. And
Ah!
yeah.
So, hold on. Before, like, what's the difference between Chrono Trigger and Chrono Cross?
Chrono Trigger.
Let us tell you.
Actually, you know what? Hold on. Hold that thought. Let Disco
Let's go,
talk
yeah.
what he's been playing, then we'll talk about that.
Okay.
I haven't played anything. No.
It's like you guys are
That's-
almost, you long-winded fucks.
Nothing.
Right.
You bought.
I
Call of
played
Duty.
Pokemon X.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, well, you played
You
something.
bought Pokemon X?
No, I played.
Oh, played.
Played.
Oh.
Caught some Pokemon, like a Doduo or something.
All right.
Oh yeah.
And
It's a water bird. I'm just kidding. It's two.
I think my starter, my team right now is like Pikachu.
You started over again like I did, didn't you?
Yeah.
God damn
What's
it.
the fire?
I gotta
What's
catch up.
the second evolution of the fire one?
Fennekin and
I can't remember its name.
Fennekin and
Don't remember.
I started with Froakie.
I have
time.
Bulbasaur.
I
took Bulbasaur. And then I have like Panpour, but I'll replace that eventually.
pan porn,
with Gyarados.
Panpour.
pan porn,
Pour.
porn.
So it's the monkey trio.
I know.
Fire,
Stop
water,
it.
and
And then
Grass.
Being difficult on
I
purpose.
have Riolu. And the Combi. Because I think that evolves into Vespiquen.
yeah, Combi
Yeah.
does. Yeah.
So I want to try out Vespiquen, so I literally just got Combi.
Super high speed,
Yeah.
like ridiculous speed.
How many times have you started over playing Pokemon X?
This is the only time.
Yeah.
I was about 5 gyms in, but I couldn't remember anything that happened. So I just restarted it because
That
it had
always
been
sucks.
so long
That makes
since
sense.
I played
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
You jump
Yeah.
into the game, you're like,
makes
especially in
I was like, I
RPG.
might as well just
Yeah.
start over.
I
I
don't-
could get there quickly
I
enough.
almost felt like that with my last Mass Effect 3 playthrough. I was like, I forgot what I did.
It's understandable.
Yeah, so-
Especially in RPG.
Logan, do you remember when I went back to Mass Effect 2 and I spawned in the middle of a fight for some reason?
Yeah.
I was like, ah! What is that? What is happening?
What am I doing
Yeah.
right now? Why am I fighting you people?
It was like Helen Keller being in a room with the lights turned off and the furniture being rearranged. It was awful. It was not okay. So
I've started Mass Effect 3
That is
like
the greatest
4 times.
analogy.
I keep restarting it. So.
yeah.
That's another thing you played that you didn't say. You
Yeah,
started a new
I
character
started
on Mass
another
Effect.
one. Yeah, to kind of this like on the final restart. I'm gonna
Default
beat it.
Shepherd, motherfucker.
Obviously.
Oh, no.
Always.
What else, Disco?
Always.
Thank you. Thank
I
you very
also played. I bought Infinite Warfare with Modern Warfare Remaster.
Dun, dun, dun.
$80 for a remaster.
Yeah. You know, I didn't spend as
Trump
much
becomes
money.
president. Disco buys $80 for a game for Sign of the Apocalypse.
I looked at it this way. I didn't spend any money at the con this year because the shop wasn't worth it.
Right.
So, being that I saved money there, I decided that since the campaign for Infinite Warfare is getting good reviews, and I wanted to play the Modern Warfare Remaster, I bit the bullet and succumbed to nostalgia and bought the game.
Nostalgia got
If I could say one thing about Infinity Ward, they know how to make a campaign. That's probably one of their biggest high points, aside from making a great multiplayer with COD 4 and Modern Warfare 2.
I did play
Their
an
campaigns were solid.
awful lot,
Sound like me, Lord
3
Raven.
hours straight of the Modern Warfare
Pretty close.
multiplayer.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm almost done with the campaign. It's God, veteran is just
It's hard.
It makes you want to just burst blood vessels in both your eyes. It's ungodly difficult.
That's how Rocket League makes me feel.
So I'm gonna get you that Rocket League stress ball.
Please, you have no idea how badly I need that. I want to toss things so bad, and not phrasing.
Oh, okay.
Not what you're thinking.
Okay.
I'll say one of the cool things about Infinite Warfare that they added was when I was doing the campaign, they added this like hacking module
Oh yeah,
where you
that's
can
fun.
hack into the enemy, whatever they are.
Like androids, robots,
Yeah, they're
whatever.
like androids, but they're not really human. They just have human personalities or something like that.
But you can control them.
But you can hack into them and control them, and then you're literally like you are behind enemy line, or you're fighting up towards enemy lines, and then you hack them, and all of a sudden you're standing right next to the enemies, and you can just turn and fire on them, but they immediately fire on you as well because somehow they just know.
But you can also
apparently.
self-destruct.
Is
you
it
can also
stealth based or is it something you just like?
They have stealth
just
missions,
throw.
but in that scenario, a lot of times it's like kind of a panic button. So like you hack a robot, and you can even self-destruct the robot.
Yeah, that's
and
the
blow
best
up.
part.
And
Oh,
blow
There's a
up-
part of the mission
Yeah.
where you like hack the robot and then you self-destruct it to blow up a ship that it's on.
Yeah,
And
It's-
it was pretty cool.
it's kind of cool.
That's cool.
I like the
No, I
campaign.
can dig that.
So I didn't.
Can you do it like
there's
from
some
cover? You just,
certain
like,
features.
and just
I think
throw
the
it?
seeker grenades
No,
are
you have to actually
ridiculous.
walk off,
I don't
yeah.
understand the seeker grenades. Like,
Little spider bombs.
yeah, well, okay, they'd be nice if they damaged the people standing right fucking next to the people that explodes
Yeah,
on.
the radius on those is kind of.
It's a goddamn explosion that basically destroys the enemy. How does it not have any burst damage to anyone around it?
It's
That's stupid.
Because it's how old is this game now?
wait.
How old
He's
is
talking
it?
about the
You're
new
talking about
one.
Infinite
Oh, they're
Warfare.
talking about Infinite Warfare.
Yeah.
Not COD 4.
Oh, okay.
I doubt there are little spider drone seeking grenades.
Oh,
in
those-
COD 4.
Back in 2007 or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. So I do have to ask because I take every opportunity to shit on Call of Duty as often as I can.
Yeah.
So
As you should.
the audio, what the fuck is up with the sound design in this game?
The audio.
Infinite Warfare, it's fine.
Well,
Yeah,
not Infinite.
Infinite
Well, Infinite Warfare aside, I'm really talking about the game that everybody paid the $80 for.
Yeah.
So what's up with the
It's-
sound design?
It just doesn't sound right.
It's. I don't know if it doesn't sound right. I think
Well,
it's.
to
I
me,
think-
like the explosions just
bassier?
don't sound great.
Can you make an onomatopoeia of a really awkward sound in Modern
Sound
Warfare?
muffled.
I mean, there are a couple guns in the game. Like one of my favorite guns to use in the multiplayer is the AK-74U, which is a submachine gun.
Okay.
It does, like in the original game, it sounded a lot more beefier. It had a lot more like a snappy
Beefy.
it sounded a lot beefier. It had more of a snappy sound signature to the round that you're firing.
Can you
But not-
demonstrate that sound into the microphone?
Not good.
I don't know. I don't.
What
even
does
know.
that? What does that sound like?
It's
Bert?
like it's a lot more mechanical sounding. Like it doesn't sound as sinister. And so it goes from it's really poppy, like bap 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 bap, and now it's like like I don't know. It's
I'm so glad you
Saying
tried
no.
to do that.
It's more muffled.
it's
Is that what
more
you're
it's
saying?
more muffled. Yeah.
Okay.
Now,
I
but
see.
on the plus side, when you throw a suppressor on it, the suppressors in the game sound a lot more like suppressors should sound.
Yeah, I'll
So
agree with that.
so like in COD 4 originally, it's like the suppressor sound they made was like it's like like that like
Oh,
that.
okay. Like
Now-
you can actually hear the air pressure from,
Yeah, well,
from the
but
drawback.
that's not how a suppressor is supposed to sound. A suppressor is supposed to like it doesn't completely eliminate the sound signature of the round, but you can hear like the mechanics of the gun cycling. That's what you hear.
right,
So
right,
it's like,
right.
It's like not like that. I don't know.
Well,
Is this in single player
It's in both.
and multi? Oh,
Yeah,
it's in both. Okay.
Yeah, it's in both.
Because I was gonna say if it's like a single player campaign where you're like in the rain, like I can understand from a realistic point of view,
Yeah.
like it sounds more muffled. But if
Dude,
don't
you're just
worry,
in
Pat.
multi-
It's probably a piece of shit game.
I know.
all
I'm,
around.
I'm trying to go lore wise.
Modern Warfare is amazing.
Modern Warfare
Easily
is
the best COD.
Yeah,
so.
it is arguably one of the greatest shooters of all time.
Captain Price.
Huh,
Captain
it doesn't
Price.
sound like it. Wink.
In terms of multiplayer rankings, like obviously Halo 2 will always and forever be number one for
Nothing beats
nothing
Halo.
beats it.
Nothing
Yeah.
beats
But
Halo.
I would put Modern Warfare below Halo 3.
Okay, so are you saying like it's in top 5 at least, or
Yes, it would
Yeah.
be third.
Okay.
I can't really argue because
Shit, who's
I
number one?
personally have
Halo
never.
2 is number
Yes,
1.
yeah.
Halo 3 is number 2. And Modern Warfare would be number 3.
I've never played I've never played Modern Warfare, so I mean I wouldn't know, but every COD game I played
I mean,
is pretty much
dude,
just
you would
the
enjoy
same-
it.
same
You're honestly
shit.
doing
I
yourself
100% guarantee
Campaign's
you would
awesome.
enjoy it.
Yeah.
I've even played it.
You're doing
I'm
yourself
not lying.
you're
No,
doing
I-
yourself a huge disservice by
guys,
not playing it.
Pat doesn't play first person shooters.
You can look at my achievements. There's actual. Like,
Pat,
Pat has lied to us.
how do you feel about first-person shooter, Pat?
I
Have you ever told us
some
before?
first-person I have.
Yeah.
No, I know.
He's been over this like hundreds of times.
Oh
my
he likes
God.
Borderlands. He likes COD 4. He
Oh
likes
my
all that
God.
stuff.
Is there anything else you've been playing, Mr. Disco?
I'm vegan.
I have
Not.
not played anything other than those 2 games,
Yeah.
and I barely played either of them. So
Yeah.
But you played the campaign, so that's
I did get to
something.
play a couple missions of the campaign.
Adulting is hard.
I got to fly the ship in space. That was kind of
Is it legit?
Yeah.
There's actual space combat?
Yeah. Yeah. That's another thing. There
it's
is.
decent. Like
it's-
it's not great.
It's not like Crimson
But-
Skies.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
nothing will ever be Crimson Skies. Where the fuck is our Crimson
don't
Skies?
don't say that
remaster?
near Disco. I was gonna
Yeah,
say
I
no,
know.
don't do it with, and then you did. And I was like, damn it. So
I mean, how long do we have to wait for somebody to go? You know what was the pinnacle of airplane combat? Crimson
Crimson
Skies.
fucking Skies.
Let's remaster it.
Yeah.
No,
Old school
It'll
Xbox.
just be dead forever, and
But-
nobody will ever get to play it again.
I wonder who owns the rights to that game.
I don't
You
even.
should you
well,
should
who-
write them a
who made
strongly
it?
worded
I
letter.
don't know. The
Was
story.
it a Microsoft Studios game?
I have no idea. It was like one of the original games for the Xbox.
It was, yeah.
So
That's kind of how I feel about Armored Core, honestly.
Ooh.
Bring back
Oh,
Armored
yeah.
Core.
Bringing our
That was the
record back.
pinnacle of fucking mech combat, dude. That fucking game was insane.
Until Titanfall 2 came out.
No.
I'm just kidding.
No.
I'm joking.
No, you shut your goddamn
But the
mouth.
mechs in Titanfall
But the mechs in
are fucking
Titanfall too,
legit.
No, they're legit.
Oh.
No,
They are
they're
legit,
fun.
but
Dude, like the chest laser thing. Oh,
Like,
it's so
just-
strong, so
I'm with you,
beastly.
buddy. Don't
Decimate
worry.
everybody.
So
yeah.
good.
Touch me.
The Fire Titan.
PlayStation demo disc. I had it. It had Parappa the Rapper, and the next one was Armored Core.
Yeah.
Oh,
Two.
and
It was ready to
Warhawk.
go.
Remember Warhawk? That little
Yeah.
I like that game too. And Tiny Tank.
Anything else before news? Because since Sean's not here, our agenda's not here, but I
Yeah.
found some news.
the only
so,
thing I was going to
anything else?
say about the space combat was it's decent. Like
Yeah, it's not amazing.
it feels
But it's
good,
good.
when you're doing it. Like
Yeah. It's
the
solid.
the flight is decent. Like you it's kind of interesting because you can move sideways.
Yeah, you can. It's like you can hover in place, but you
Yeah.
can also like if you need to go chase a fighter, like you can engage
Like
your
just
boost.
straight up.
Yeah, you can if you're because a lot of the game involves dogfighting and blowing up like battle cruisers. Like if you're dogfighting, you're flying in space.
Yeah, you're like fly over top of the big ships, and you can like unload on them as you're flying over top
Yeah.
of them, and just.
But you can
destroy a
you
bunch
can
of,
also
like,
strafe
cannons
side to
and-
side.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ! What are you guys
I
laughing
missed
at?
something entirely. I was actually. I heard space battles and I was excited.
We'll talk.
No, okay.
Somebody said. Josh, shut up. It said it feels decent when you do it, and then Josh goes, and he couldn't hold his laugh, and that made me laugh. Oh my god, I didn't even hear it until he
It
reacted
feels
to
good
it.
when you're doing it.
Oh my! It feels decent when you're doing. That's what he said.
I
It
thought
feels
it
decent.
felt good when you're doing it.
I laughed because Josh couldn't hold his laugh.
Oh my God.
The controls feel decent when you do it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Sorry,
Controls
sorry,
feel
we're
decent
talking
when
to
you do it.
juveniles.
I didn't even think about it until he laughed.
Juvenile.
He tried to
Fuck
stifle
you.
his laugh, and I laughed at him because I was like, "Oh my god!"
But
Oh fuck, that was funny.
no, there are, yeah. I mean, it's
It's decent. Like I enjoy when you're flying over top of a ship and you can just unload on it as you're driving by.
yeah.
Like cannon fire or the machine gun fire, and you can destroy all their weapons. And
Yeah.
then you do enough damage to them, and they blow up.
And there is kind of cool. Like you can there's some mission where you can call in supply drones when you're dogfighting.
But you can always unload on top of it every single time you go by, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. But
In other words, this guy.
but there's also missions where you can call in supply drones, and like aside from your cannons and your machine gun, you can actually like get little homing missiles for it. And that's kind of cool. Like you're like, hey, I need to go do this, and then they're like, okay, here's a drone, and then they drop like little missiles on you, and I don't know. So yeah, not amazing flight mechanics, but definitely
Not
solid.
bad.
Definitely solid.
Better than Battlefield 1, I'll say that.
I don't know about that.
Oh.
Well,
Battlefield 1's flight was garbage.
I think you're
Oh,
comparing.
I think you're talking about the game as a whole.
I think
no,
you're-
I said the flight mechanics.
I think
Oh,
you're, in
right.
that scenario you're comparing two different types of games.
No.
Like, it's,
Well,
It is
no.
absolute garbage.
Well, he's also comparing like space flight to like World War
to bare
planes.
bones
Okay, but I'm also comparing it
to
to
Snoopy. You're comparing it to Snoopy.
Crimson Skies, which is literally the same thing. They're biplanes.
It's
So,
just funny the way you phrase it, but I also haven't played the space and the Battlefield 1 planes. I don't.
They're not good.
I don't
good.
know if they changed the handling. It seems like the handling in Battlefield 1 got a little better. But if you're in a gunner seat in Battlefield 1, just don't even try. I think they need to change the gunning mechanics somehow.
It's
I
too,
don't know
It's too
how.
bouncy. Like your plane bounces up all over the place.
Because
can't
when
get a good beat
when the
on-
plane moves, I think the gun moves with it.
yeah, it does.
For a gameplay mechanic, that needs to not happen.
Yeah.
If you point your gun somewhere, the plane mechanic should not move that. I don't care about the reality of it.
Yeah, as
I don't care. Doesn't matter. In a game, you need to have you have enough suspension of disbelief in a game. You have to be able to say, this is a video game. Parts of it needs to.
disbelief. You
Right.
hear that, guys? That's pretty.
What?
I know.
Yeah, it's a thing. What, Pat? What? You're just
I think
drinking
that
wine?
I'm just saying, I want a realistic aspect. Like, I've seen you shoot through the wing of the plane with a machine gun. I'm like, well, how are you not burning your ship?
Obviously, that looks ridiculous. I'll give
No,
you
I
that.
know.
That just looks funny
Trust
because you
me,
do.
No, it's part of the multiplayer.
But at the same time,
but I'm just
if
like,
you're playing a video game, you want to have a certain kind of experience. If you want to
Yeah, no.
be able to be real, go be a fighter pilot. You know what I'm saying? Like, there has to be part of a video game that allows you to play a game and enjoy it. Not everything has to be real.
No, I
to a
know.
T.
No,
It doesn't have to
I
be.
understand. No,
So,
I
well,
Well,
understand.
the entire game of Titanfall is not real, so
Well, exactly, because parts of it, you have to have, like, okay, yes, physics apply to some capacity in games, but if there's something that breaks the game that makes it not fun or the mechanic just does not work, change something.
you create a gravity field that stops bullets in midair.
Right? Titanfall's amazing.
Literally
It's
not
super
possible.
fun.
Yeah.
Even if you want to go ahead and bring
Air
physics
5,
into it,
too far.
not even possible.
So, who's next? Who else is on? Josh?
Josh has his hand up.
I don't really approve of the aerial combat in Battlefield 1. Here's my issue with it. For one, you have like a quarter of a pizza turning radius. Yeah, like
That's
it's
one
not
of the
even
greatest
worth it's not
references
even
ever.
worth moving the turret for, because as soon as you move it, you're like, oh, there's a fucking wing here. Too bad I can't see through it. Like, it's, I don't know, to me, like, especially, like, if you're, depending on what plane you're flying, like, if you're flying a gunner in certain planes, unless there's other planes behind you, it's absolute garbage.
Well, the aerial combat is a close quarter scenario in that game. Like, aerial combat is very close quarters. And
I will say the lead on the guns for the aerial combat, it's weird. I cannot figure out how the fuck to lead. It's
plus
weird.
feels
I don't like
awkward.
that I hate. That
It feels
part I
awkward.
do not like at all.
And
Yeah.
plus, like the way you can combat the turning radius is like you have to learn how to utilize the throttle. Like if you're gonna make a tight turn, you have to pull back your throttle so you can make the tightest turn possible.
You also
Was it
have
like
to
that in
learn
Star
how to
Wars?
have
Yeah.
You also
It was,
have
yeah.
It was the
Mhm.
same thing.
Yep.
Like you still had that awkward feeling.
Yeah,
in
you
Star
have,
Wars too.
you still have to, like, if you need to make a tight turn, you pull back your throttle, slow down, and just dip.
Battlefront mechanics were so much better flying than Battlefield was.
Well, and I
so
mean,
much better.
Like I said, physics need to apply for some of these games. So yes, the World War I planes are not going to turn like everything else. Battlefield or Battlefront Star Wars game had like TIE fighters and shit. This is science
X-Wing
fiction
fighters.
entirely. So they can
I understand
Yeah.
like the way that they move as far as banking, but like my thing is that like if I'm sitting in the back of a plane and like I can barely turn the gun and I can only see like a tunnel vision like directly what's behind me and I can't see through the fucking wings that I'm shooting at, what's the fucking point? That's kind of my point with
There's definitely parts that need to improve.
Yeah.
Welcome to the 1920s, son.
No game is perfect. That's actually 1913s, but
Whatever,
1910s.
You couldn't
1910s.
shoot
Whatever.
through the wings.
1913s.
You couldn't shoot through.
Wow.
One year.
You cannot shoot through the wings of your planes in the
That's true.
1920s, Pat.
No, I know that. No,
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Oh, it's real.
No, it's real.
I'm whatever. Okay, I understand it's multiplayer.
I'm just giving you shit.
I
bro.
know.
Yeah.
I'm just giving you shit.
Okay, so Logan, let's move on to news. What do we got?
News.
News.
You say the A word, I'm gonna.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna go.
News.
A word.
Oh my god, news.
I have no idea what the A word is.
Let's get some news.
Oh, that's part of it. We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
I
Actually.
know. I know. I got a lot of info on that.
One thing that I found interesting was I've heard a lot of people say that new updates to the Division have made it a lot more fun in a lot of ways. I haven't played it really recently,
I want to play the Division again.
so I'm totally on board playing it. There's a new kind of, I want to see what they call it. It's basically like a survival mode.
like a horde mode almost.
So
or-
what it is,
No,
from what do you
Raid.
know anything about the Cisco?
I read about it.
So what I see here, it takes
The
about
raid.
No. It takes about 24 players, and it
Holy
drops
shit.
them into like an environment where you're all scattered, all of you, and you start with basically nothing, like the beginning level tier gear, and you have to work your way to a certain point on the map to survive. But the weather affects you, hunger affects you, and you have to like
Survival mode.
you have to
Oh,
like
dude,
find a map
that's
to
like-
know where to go.
That's
and-
like DayZ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like DayZ.
Yeah, it says you have to manage hunger, sickness, cold, and dehydration because there's like the different kind of food. And,
oh
and
my,
stuff to drink.
that is amazing.
That sounds awesome.
And you
Oh.
have to. There's new places to go craft stuff, and when you craft things, you get the better gear, and that's how
Yeah.
you level up in this mode. It sounds fucking
Rage-
awesome, actually.
Rage filler, but at the same time,
Okay, but
like,
my
you
question.
can't
fucking
blame
cool.
yourself. It's
My
like,
question
oh, I
is-
died.
Not really, right?
No,
Yeah.
I know.
Oh, wait,
Yeah,
what?
worth one at a
That's all I
time.
can say.
Jesus
I
Christ.
haven't played
sorry.
Division, so
I'm sorry.
that
I didn't,
sounds
I didn't mean to interrupt you, but my question is it all just free for all, or can you team up in this game mode?
I guess you just have to
communicate.
kind of like
Yeah.
stare down and be like, "Are you cool? Are you cool? I'm
Like-
cool, but are you cool?" You
Oh,
know.
I'm cool.
So I don't know actually.
Daisy.
It is DayZ. Yeah, there is no team playing DayZ, is there?
There could be. It's the same thing. You could be like, "You guys want to team up?" And
Technically,
you know.
there is. You just have to
You
communicate.
just have
with
to
them
be
somehow.
cool with each other.
Yeah.
Pineapples, pizza or not.
Right.
Pen, pineapple, apple time.
Yeah. If they said pineapples going
That
pizza,
sounds-
I'd shoot them immediately.
That sounds awesome. That would
Yeah.
totally get me into the game. Just once you play through it, like single player wise, get used to the controls, get used to the weapons, all that stuff. What would bring you in? You know, in an entirely new fashion instead of
Yeah.
having to always start. Oh, I'm gonna start a new character and do the same shit all over again. No, let's jump in. Let's see what we can do. How
It's-
good am I
it's-
at this game?
So- It's like
the
that's
Dark
a
Zone
good. That's
crack.
good replay value.
It also
right
looks
there.
like your clothing now has like a cold rating. It said so you actually have to get clothes to
Oh,
survive the
yeah.
weather.
Oh my God!
That's what I'm saying, that's
How
good
much is
replay
this? I'm
value.
sold.
Shelter and
I'm-
fire barrels will also keep you warm.
I'm sold.
This is
How
like
much-
full on. This is
How much is
awesome.
this? How much is this?
That's
I'm sold.
Now, let me.
I'm sold. I'm
Sorry,
sold.
I read this like at the beginning of the podcast. I don't remember.
Okay.
You can move through the DLC. It says you can move.
Shit.
The mode can be played by anyone who has the DLC, regardless of level. So I don't know if it comes with the season pass. I don't know for sure how to get it exactly. Oh, the season pass before last Thursday, we'll be able to try the beta version of it. I think you have the season pass that's included. Otherwise, it must be part of an edition.
So it's not technically out yet.
I don't believe so. No.
Yeah.
No.
But I'm
That's
sold.
a cool idea.
I'm
It's a
sold.
Fucking
That's
awesome.
that's a cool
So
idea
sold.
for that game.
When was
Yeah.
the last time we played the Division?
Oh, it's
Do you
been
guys
months,
remember?
dude.
I played it a few weeks ago. I think it's on the
Well,
podcast too.
as a group,
It's been a while
it's been a
because
long time.
Yeah.
other games came out and stuff, and I've saying this for months. I'm gonna go back to the Division eventually. Absolutely.
I will start over from scratch. Like if you want to do it, I'll start a new character.
we
I
should,
wanna-
yeah.
Before you all jump in, remember you're supposed to work together, guys.
Yes.
I'm
We
just
always
letting you know.
work
We
you're-
do.
I know
It's
it's
a
a joke
co-op
because we all
multiplayer
secretly
game.
hate each other. I'm just saying, like,
Right.
I can see Logan like, oh, we're about to finish the mission, and just like headshot Nate. In the
Oh, in the
back.
Dark Zone we
Yeah.
could.
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
fuck you, this is my
This is
gear.
my- this is
Get
my
out of here.
That's a great idea for an MMO/shooter,
Yeah.
like to go to a whole new level.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
that.
Good job.
That's something that
yourself.
would get
It's
me
really
into
cool.
that game. I still
Right.
don't have the
Yeah.
Division. I've wanted to play it because I've seen you guys play it, and I love MMOs and I love RPGs.
It's very.
And I play Borderlands, so it kind of has that kind of like.
Well, this is a
continuous
third-person
gear,
shooter,
like-
so it's going to have the cover-based mechanics similar-ish to Mass Effect. So you like Mass Effect gameplay, you will probably like this or at least kind of understand it. So
But continually like getting gear
Yep.
and leveling up and doing skills and stuff.
it's like an MMO.
Yeah, that's what I love.
Right.
Yeah, all the way through.
The whole environment aspect is something that should really be commended on. I mean, that's really
Right.
immersive,
That's-
and that's not something that a lot of people are doing.
Like, and
so
they're finally utilizing the setting.
yeah,
Like
that
like
It makes you think outside the box.
yeah, it's
That's
not
what
really
it's supposed to be.
it's not
Instead of
necess-
focusing on me, it's like, no, I have to like find somebody maybe to help me.
that is very tempting to go back and play the Division for that aspect of it. Like I kind of want to jump back on the Division. I kind of want to see like what's going on. I want to see what it's like.
What's
I
this-
think we should try to find time to fit that game in.
Yeah, I agree.
you should
Between
get an Xbox
ESO
One.
and Skyrim and Mass Effect,
Right.
and,
Disco, did you see anything else about that I missed that you said you read about it? Was that
Nothing
basically
that I can think of. Yeah.
Okay. So
Can we nickname you Baby Daddy?
do you want to try this? Do you think that
I've been
sounds
wanting
cool?
to- I never wanted to leave the Division, but I wasn't going to stay alone.
That's true. Yeah. Let's start. Let's get back into this fucking game.
All
Let's
right.
do it.
Let's do it.
I
This week.
thoroughly enjoyed the raid and how difficult it was, but everybody else just like rage quit every time.
Well,
so.
is there
I never read.
who here has the season
Quit.
pass?
No, man.
Anybody?
No,
I have-
believe I have it.
I have the season pass, so I will have all the DLC that's available. You guys should look into it again because there's a lot of content we probably haven't touched on yet.
How much
Do
is
you have
it?
a price
Like
point?
$30, I think, 30 or
that's not
40.
Not bad.
Well, and also
that
there's
much
like
content?
three.
Yeah.
There's like 3 packs that they released, and they add a bunch of free stuff too over time. So yeah, we should get back into it.
I guess it's kind of a scenario where like I played a lot of Battlefield Hardline when it first came out, and then I put the game down for months,
Yeah,
and then I came back and then found out Premium was free on EA Access, and downloaded all the DLC for it, and it was like playing an entirely new game. Like they added so much
Yeah.
content to Hardline. I was like, wow, I shouldn't have fucking left this game. This game's awesome.
I still love Hardline. It was
Yeah,
fun.
Hardline's still fun.
The Division, in my opinion, was pretty broken for a while. So
I agree very much.
Ubisoft
with
did
that
not support it
Yeah.
enough.
type of gameplay.
So-
That's awesome.
But if it sounds like they're really trying hard to make improvements to it. So,
Well, they're trying to get their community back.
Yeah.
And this is a good step in the right direction.
There's not a lot of games you can do immersion with.
Mm.
That's immersion.
Dude,
That is
There.
very-
That's like legit. You're in the world. You gotta like pay attention to what the fuck you're doing.
When that game first came out, we could not brag enough about it. Like every single person sitting at this table was playing it. I bought an Xbox One. I bought a Division bundle for Xbox One.
I still consider it one of the best games I've played in the last 5 years.
But dude, no, like,
it was awesome.
It broke. I mean, they broke, and like the game just declined. It was way more fun when it first came out, and it just kind of lost its appeal over time.
This article that came out yesterday or today, it said that they have, I believe, 10 million active users. They said, I think.
10 million.
That's
what
pretty
it said.
good.
Maybe registered active. I don't remember the exact.
Sounds like they've got a lot of their community.
10 million
back.
registered players. I don't know what that means.
Yeah,
But even so,
ESO
like-
said that too.
But well, ESO, they have like their highest player base they've had on consoles yet.
Right, and I'm not saying anything against ESO. I'm just saying 10 million active registered users can mean anything. That means like
Well, that's
free
what I'm
trial. Like I mean, like what active users? I mean, typically you probably take like 2 to 4 million off of that number, and that's probably what you get active wise.
Well, they're making this new survival DLC, so apparently they still have people to cater to.
Right.
So,
Well, I'm not saying they're not. I'm just saying
Right.
like, they're boasting. That's obviously
This isn't Evolve we're talking
they're gonna
about.
find the
Right.
best stat they can to throw it out there. so,
Right,
yeah.
of course.
Too soon.
Too soon Evolve. I'm sorry.
Not really.
What you looking at, fool?
Fuck Turtle Rock Studios, by the way. I will never buy another game from them.
It wasn't.
ever.
It wasn't studio. It was the publisher that shut them down, not the studio.
Who
Know your
made
shit,
the
man.
decision? Who made the decision to sell us instead of the burger, the buns, and then sell us each part of the burger individually?
Okay, no, correct me if I'm wrong, because I think it was 2K that was the publisher.
2K
right.
was the
Was it
publisher.
So,
2K?
and again, I don't know if it was their decision to add the DLC, if it was the developer. I don't know who, but 2K, I believe, was the one who shut it down.
They fucking annihilated our buttholes. That was literally like one of the worst video game buying decisions I've ever made in my entire
Like No
life.
Man's Sky.
That's why I didn't
Evolve
buy
will
it.
go down in history.
And so it
as
begins.
My biggest waste
Pat's
of money
hate of the
ever.
day.
Right.
Not Infinite Warfare with Modern Warfare. It will be Evolve.
Evolve was a terrible, overhyped It was terrible. I mean,
Pile of garbage.
no, it
It is
wasn't-
a fun game.
So was No Man's Sky. Like I defended for fucking weeks,
And now you're just like-
now
you're
I'm like, I
No
have
Man's
not
Sky.
played
No
No
Man's
I
Sky
can't do it
actually
anymore.
wasn't fun though. Like, see, here's the thing. Like,
I
Evolve.
like No Man's
You were
Sky.
tricked into believing it was fun.
Evolve. You were
It
tricked into
was
believing
fun
it was
for
fun.
a little while.
For
I
a little bit.
Pat,
How
I was
much
like,
time he can just collect and
Pat
craft
was the
and
last user that signed off of
Long
No
time.
Man's
Long
Sky.
time.
He was like the only one left.
It's like somebody, please.
I will end this community.
I was the only person in the universe
I will
walking
keep this.
around.
I will keep this game alive if it fucking kills me.
That's right.
And then they
Sean
killed it
Murray,
before you-
goddamn you.
before you-
If they had made better decisions as far as how they package the game, like, and not, because they did the same thing that fucking Bungie did with Destiny. They charged us too much for the content that they gave us and basically just robbed us. They should have included everything that they sold. Almost everything that they sold as a season pass, they should have included with the full game, and it would have been a lot better.
It's the equivalent of playing the dinosaur theme
Right.
or the Jurassic Park theme song on a kazoo.
Yeah,
That's
pretty much.
That's pretty much what you got.
Yep. There is no more accurate analogy than what you just said. So,
If anybody doesn't know, there was a video that made fun of No Man's Sky.
Yeah, it was
that
amazing.
exact scenario where it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
so.
yeah.
So there, the other day was N7 Day.
Yeah.
If anybody knows what that means.
I'm ready right here. Yeah,
So
right.
N7 Day is basically Mass Effect Day because N7
Yeah.
is the kind of soldier they are, or whatever it is.
It's a holiday for me.
It's a holiday
So-
for all of us.
What happened?
Real
on
quick,
N7 Day?
there was a trailer, obviously, a new trailer for
There
Andromeda.
was a trailer.
So everybody got
What-
super erect.
What kind
The
of
official
trailer?
teaser.
Oh, the teaser trailer, I guess. I don't
It was
know
just
what
teaser.
kind
No,
of
it was
trailer.
just a straight up teaser.
It
trailer.
had some gameplay, which was pretty
It
cool.
did.
So that was nice.
Yes.
So real quick, I'm gonna try to hit some of these highlights on some things that I don't know if all of you have heard or if you looked into this, because I didn't really look into a lot of it yet.
Don't look at me when you say that because I in depth like.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to hit some of these things real quick, and we'll talk about the things.
I'm ready.
So I think we all knew that the main character you play as, you can pick male or female, obviously with the other ones, and they brother and sister.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we've known that.
Yep.
So cool.
So, and also they created 4 arcs in this, and the arc was basically a ship they sent off into space at so let's just say the end of Mass Effect 3, they sent these games to space. They sent these ships to space. I'm talking about games. Why are you putting up 6 fingers?
I was saying it's 600 years after.
Okay.
600 years after
So
Mass
I don't see a year count here, but yeah, it's in the future, far in the future. So they send these arcs out into space to inhabit new areas, new parts of space that the Reapers weren't affecting.
Mhm.
Okay. So they put these ships out there, and your characters are, I guess, the son or daughter of somebody who was on the ship. That's the way it
Right.
works. So
Yep.
it's way in the future, like Pat said. So they're bringing back the loyalty missions, and you have character you bring to your party and all that stuff. There will be no characters that can die though. There's no kind of ramifications to that. Your decisions still affect the game, but nobody will die.
Yeah.
And loyalty missions are more optional this time. Apparently, they're not like do or die like Mass Effect 2.
Still doing them.
Still doing them, yeah.
So
Still-
obviously, you want to play the game, right?
Yeah.
So there is also going to be a new kind of vehicle similar to the Mako, but just different now.
Yeah.
So they're
What's it
bringing
called? It
but-
starts with an N.
the-
Nomad.
Nomad.
The
That's
Nomad.
right.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Nomad.
What
yeah.
I'm most excited for about this is that they're bringing back like Mass Effect 1 style traversal of planets. You're actually exploring. That's the point of these. They're called
Yeah.
Pathfinders. So you're out there doing that now with a new vehicle.
Hopefully, it'll be much better to
Shut
drive.
the
One
fuck
thing-
up.
No,
What-
we won't talk.
Wham.
We
Yeah,
know.
just
hold on.
me and you know.
We're done with
Hold-
this.
hold
We're
on.
not talking about it.
One thing that I heard that I found interesting, and I mean it's kind of bittersweet that they announced this, but at the same time I'm pretty excited for it.
Don't spoil shit.
I'm not spoiling anything,
We got 2 guys here.
but
We
it's
will
not,
kill you.
it's not a spoiler. I promise you, it's not a spoiler. Quit looking at me like that.
Spit it out, Worth. What
Your
do you got?
mustache is in my nostril right now. Anyway,
Like a weird.
hey, that got weird. So, from the way I understand, based on what they announced, is they're pseudo doing away with the class system to allow you to create your own hybrid class.
Yeah.
So
That was another thing I was going to get to. Yes.
So if you want to create like a biotic infiltrator, you can do that.
Can I make a Vanguard?
I mean,
Well-
you can make a Vanguard. You can make a Vanguard.
That's
If you
just a Vanguard.
if you
There's
want
a
to
Vanguard soldier.
if you want to make an engineer Vanguard, that you
Can
can
I
do
have
that.
Lash and Smash?
I'm sure you could.
If
I
those are
highly
brought back,
doubt
yeah.
that
I was
she can
giving her
have
the
Lash
lash.
and
That would be
Smash.
OP.
So,
But
this says you can create a class unrestricted by class choice. So
Yeah.
it looks like you'll pick something,
that's
but
kinda-
you can
but
weave in and out
that's
of.
kind of what
whatever,
they did with Kingdoms of Amalur, if you remember. If you play,
Yeah, it did actually. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Like,
very
if you
similar
got-
sounding.
If you got that far in the game, like you could create like a rogue barbarian or something.
Yeah,
like that.
you could do any
Or-
kind of combination.
Yeah,
It was
so
awesome.
So I think this is fucking cool because like your class setup is virtually limitless now. Like you're not set to 6 different classes.
Oh god, engineer adept is gonna be so
That is
awful.
Right?
fucking
Yeah.
awesome.
It's
like-
ridiculous.
It's kind of bittersweet because I love playing as adept, but it's like, oh god, I'm gonna have so much fun.
But
with
who
this.
cares? You can have adept and something else. Like I can't wait to see
Adept
all the fucking
infiltrator.
OP
No, I want an
combinations.
adept soldier. I want to be like the most tankiest adept ever because it's basically using like magic
Balls
essentially.
to the wall.
And then you're just like
every
fucking.
weapon available.
Oh god, yeah, you're like this
Adept-
tank.
Adept,
Oh,
dude, adept
amazing.
infiltrator. I'm so
Yeah.
fucking there.
Excited.
You want to tell them the bad news yet?
Is there bad news?
Is there bad news?
There is no bad news.
Yeah, there is.
It's
Nope.
Mass Effect.
What's the
right?
bad news,
Well,
Pat?
we don't know for sure it's going to be a trilogy or at all.
Well, okay, yes, they did say
Obviously,
that
but-
they want this story to feel like it wraps up. The story of Ryder or whoever these people are, these characters.
Mhm.
They didn't say it's a 1-game arc, but they said it's not necessarily a trilogy. They're leaving it kind of open and leaving it vague. They did say they want this story to feel like it starts and finishes within the context of this
Yeah.
game. Who knows what that means? Because I know kind of Halo 1 had a similar vibe where it's like, this is what it is, but then obviously they split up into 4
Yeah.
more games and other spin-offs. So yeah, it's not necessarily a trilogy.
And the cool.
I never expected that anyway.
One thing that kind of like alludes to that a little bit and kind of confirms that it could possibly be a 1-game thing. And if you watch the trailer, they're kind of introducing like basically the commander's like talking to you, like your Ryder or whatever the character's name is. He's like, I won't lie to you, this is a 1-way trip. And then they go into detail about what the arc is and how like each arc contains a different species going into different galaxies and that kind of stuff. And so I don't know. I mean, it's up in the air at this point. Pat, what you got?
Well, Logan, you got anything else?
The only other thing here is that it looks like the combat will be changed a little bit. They said, this is a quote from somebody, can't say his name, from Mass 15, or from
BioWare.
Game Informer, actually.
Oh, Game Informer.
Says, it's much more dynamic and action-oriented. That says, we no longer do the Mass Effect 3 thing of pausing and aiming with the wheel up.
Oh yeah. They're
Interesting.
So
doing
it looks like the
Oh.
combat will be constantly moving. There
It's
will
gonna
be
be
no
fluid.
pausing. Yeah.
no
Interesting.
more skill wheel.
That's really different
Think.
from the old games.
God.
See, I don't mind that. I like pausing. I like pausing and picking what I'm going to do. I like that.
I liked it for squad mates. Like, you could tell, like, okay, your squad mate, it's like, oh, we got a fucking, like, shield-based motherfucker over here. Take that shield out. You take out this guy. I'm going to focus on this guy.
It almost feels like cheating though.
It is cheating.
Kind of.
Almost like
It
cheating.
always will be. That's why I didn't. It's one of the reasons why I don't like
Thank
Skyrim.
No, he was going to bring up Skyrim. I fucking knew it. It was just Skyrim. Because you pause
Let me
to do
just
your quick
pause
save,
and I'll be
yeah.
like, I don't know, what do I want to do here? I'll go eat some dinner and I'll think about it.
You
And
can do
I'll
that with
come
any
back
game,
and
that's
Have
not
I'll
a
some
just
healing potions.
join right back into the fight, and nothing ever happened to me. So
On Mass Effect here, it doesn't say that the wheel will not exist, but it might be just combat keeps going on while you're picking.
Like, super slow down.
Well, no, it might not even be that. It might keep going the same
keep going
pace.
the
You just have to
entire
pick quicker. Be like, oh, fuck, I need this ability right now, and
Last
just do
of
it.
Us did that. Like, when
It did,
you
didn't
were...
it? Yeah.
Yeah, Last of Us, when you were, like, zombies were coming around, and you're like, oh, fuck, I need a knife.
Yeah,
Real quick.
right.
And
Like,
you
what
were
do I got?
Oh, get in my bag. Let's do this real quick as fast as we can. Do you mind if I...
No,
Talk about a
I
few
think
things real
that's
quick.
all of the updates that I see here. So, what do you guys think?
The only thing that I analyzed really on the trail, and this is also from a couple other channels that I read about, the Ryder family. So this, basically the idea behind the arcs was this takes place a year before Mass Effect 3, to where people knew... No, it's not a spoiler. Don't worry. I'm not spoiling.
No, Disco is breathing into the microphone, so it was your nose.
They knew the Reapers were coming, so this was like a do or die situation. They were like, either we're all gonna die, or we have to send somebody off to an entire different galaxy that the Reapers cannot get to, at least for a long, long time.
Apparently, all the arcs had different races on them.
That's what I mean.
I didn't know that.
And that's what I mean. Is that they have like the
why?
humans, the
I don't know why.
Asari,
Good question.
The Solarian and
I think the
Turians,
Turians.
I
I think it's
guess.
just
Yeah.
the 4. I don't know if Krogan's are gonna show up.
Fuck
in
you,
this game.
Krogans.
No, we love Krogans.
We love-
Yeah.
Wait, no.
Awesome.
The Krogans were in like that teaser that they released a long time ago. Remember that? Like,
There, I did see one Krogan. I saw one
Maybe.
Krogan in
There
that
might be a
trailer.
few like in there in general, but I don't know if they're going to be straight up.
Why would they separate out the races though?
That to me that makes no sense. I don't understand that either.
Well,
Because I thought the whole point of the Citadel was like
was to
race
assimilate
inclusion. And
was
Well,
to assimilate all of them.
The
together.
Asari also they promote like different breeding of different species. They don't want to breed just Asari.
exactly.
Yeah.
So what, Patrick?
I'm sorry. This is me going to lore.
Well,
nerd
do it.
again.
That's what we're asking.
I'm being serious. So
Careful.
there are I'm serious. So Quarians and Turians are dextro, acinemic. I think that's
Acinemic?
something like that. That's the way to say it. Basically, if Turians or Quarians eat human food, they will get super sick and like almost die.
Yeah, it's like
But if
poison.
humans or Asari eat Quarian or Turian food, they will get super sick and die.
Yeah.
It's because they're it's in the codex. You motherfucker. Go read
What's
the
it?
codex.
What's
other-
it called again? Acinemic.
Acinemic? Acinemic.
Acinemic.
I said
Acinemic.
dextronemic.
Dexter.
Oh,
Thank you very much.
That's not.
I did
That's
not.
not what I thought you said.
I said
Um,
dextronemic.
Oh, okay.
Another
They have a different biological like aspect to them the entire way through.
Another thing is it's alluded to in the codex, and even in that bachelor party scene in Mass Effect 2.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
I know
they can't eat
I
the
know-
same
I know
things.
what you I know what you mean. Yeah.
Or drink the same things in general.
Yeah, like they have a basically proprietary diet.
Yeah.
Like yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I remember all. Of
I can
that
understand like
shit,
when they
so.
say the arcs are for like the Turians, there's probably some Quarians on there too, possibly. Again, we know nothing about it.
We also like
Krogans can do whatever the fuck they want because
I mean,
they're
they
the
did
most
show in
adaptable
I
race
guess
in the planet.
they did show an Asari.
Yeah,
there
in
was
that
Solarians
trailer.
in there.
There's an Asari in your
And a
squad.
Solarian, yeah.
There was a Solarian
Yeah.
running down too. I saw
Yeah.
like head base, like
Like
his
little
character model.
salamander.
Yeah,
There's a lot of mystery to it for me because I still haven't beaten 3 yet. But like, what I gathered from the trailer was like you could be in a completely different you could be in a completely different galaxy for all you know. You know, you have no idea where you are. You have no idea what you're doing.
You are in a different galaxy in this new game.
on this one you're going to Andromeda.
So, like, you know, if races are excluded, like, I mean, there may not be as much populated life in these galaxies as there are in the one that you're used to. Like, there could be a lot of different reasons
Why you're called the
why.
Pathfinder.
Yeah. There could be a lot of different reasons why things are the way that they are. Like,
Could be a lot of new races.
Well,
yeah.
this is no surprise that they did confirm
Non-space
it.
races.
They-
They did confirm at least one new one too in
Yeah.
the article I was reading.
Yeah,
There is at least
it
one.
looks like they're the villain though too.
well, the space
Yeah, who
centipede.
knows?
Maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe,
whatever
yeah,
that thing
maybe.
was.
Remember
Yeah,
how the
like
main
those
bad guy in
terrifying
Mass Effect
looking-
1 was a Turian?
Well, he was also part Geth too.
Yeah.
Or whatever
The
we'll
other
call it.
thing that I found out going in depth was as the brother and sister, your dad was originally the original Pathfinder, but something went wrong while you were on the Ark, and he ended up, because you see it in the trailer, like all the ships exploding and all that shit. The best part that I like in general storyline wise is if you decide to play a male character, your sister is still alive and
Mhm.
she will actually interact with you the entire time. Or if you play the female sister, your brother will still be alive. So no matter what you choose, they will be part of the story the entire time. Your dad died. He was the original Pathfinder. That's why they call you the new Pathfinder the entire time.
Right.
So we're all excited.
We're all excited.
I'm just
Yeah, it's
saying,
gonna be fucking
no,
amazing.
it sounds
Yeah.
amazing.
Yep.
Yeah,
I-
the Nomad
so-
looks awesome.
I guess one little thing I was gonna add, like I guess we were kind of talking about the subject of why they were why different
Giant
races
three-headed Thresher Maw robot
it's-
motherfuckers in that trailer too.
I don't know. I think it's kind of alluded to in the game that like I think the developers of Mass Effect were trying, or BioWare I should say, was trying to kind of allude to the fact that the Asari were kind of
The
big-
epitome.
the epitome of like life form, I guess, or because if huh they are
Yeah,
no
slow
no
down,
well
slow
no
down.
I mean like because
Please
Because
still
They
be
were
alive.
like Asaris were way
Right.
like extremely
They're
good at biotics.
yeah they're
Extremely intelligent. They can live for 1,000 years.
and they're
Sorry.
No.
every species finds them attractive because they can manipulate their body type.
They look like females,
because
but are
They look like
females?
female Turians. They look like female Solarians. They look like humans. They look like they can manipulate different species' perceptions of their looks to make them appeal to them in a certain way. That's why they're like they're so popular amongst everybody. And
That's why they turn into banshees.
that too.
But that's my biggest thing is
yeah.
this game technically takes place before Mass Effect 3 for 1 year, and then they jump forward and they go on all the arcs. This is the do or die. Basically, they were expecting
that the Reapers are gonna win.
That the Reapers are gonna win. Yeah, they were like, this is, you know, whether or not what happens, we're still gonna have some of our species still alive. Whether we like it or not, according to Mass Effect 3, depending on how you beat it.
I'm fucking out.
I'm not saying anything. I'm just pointing at those guys.
You're out.
Yeah, based off your ending, I mean, they said it wasn't going to matter in general. I'm really hoping they throw a few Easter eggs in, though. Just
they probably will.
They have to.
Yeah.
They
Probably
have
not.
to.
If I don't hear Shepard at least once in that entire
Right,
game,
talking
I will punch my TV in the face.
Well,
Like,
with
straight
how
up.
many...
I don't even care.
I'll try to say, with the variety of endings, I guess, for the third game, it's so open-ended as to what they could
That's the point,
reference.
yeah.
They have to reference things besides the ending. Just talking about the character of Shepard.
Alliance Navy,
would be
like, oh, look
something
what
like
we
the
did,
old, the old Citadel or what, you know what I mean? So that
Yeah.
I want them to. They have to reference something. I'll be pissed. If
Also,
this is-
did you notice how the you notice how the arc kind of has a Citadel?
That's,
feel
I was just
to
gonna
it?
say that. Yeah.
Goddamn.
It looks
Yeah.
exactly like.
It doesn't have like the giant ass core and everything, but it has the.
It's a
it feels
mini
like they
Citadel.
designed it based off the
Yeah.
Citadel.
It's got.
They
It's
probably
got. It's
did.
got
See,
the.
you're almost at the Mass.
It's got the
Effect
wings and
podcast,
everything,
buddy.
like that can kind of
Right.
fold out and stuff. So it's very Citadel-esque, but it's that's what I thought when I thought it was when I first saw it. I'm like, is that the fucking Citadel? Like, you gotta be shitting.
Kind
me.
of.
Yeah, I was like, no, but
I know. Don't get me started on sci-fi, guys. I'll just keep going for.
I'll keep
a
going.
while. You know,
I'll talk
you know
about this
me
all
more
night.
than this.
Well, there's only really a few other little news things. This one's really kind of just for me.
Fallout 4 mods coming out this month.
You were talking about that.
Yeah,
Shut up.
Sorry.
you already talked about that. What's
No,
you excited for?
Basically, there was a false news article about the new Metro game was going to come out next year. But
2035. Is that supposed to be it?
well, maybe not, because the second book in that series was not a good book to base a video game off of. So they just kind of made a Last Light kind of on their own. So
Yeah.
it may or may not be off of the 35 because Last Light wasn't Metro 2034. I
No.
don't believe, yeah.
No.
So I don't know what it's going to be. But then they came out and said, no, we're not doing that next year. But they basically said, we will have more to share when we have something to say. So they kind of didn't say inadvertently that they are working on something.
I mean, I do enjoy the Metro games. Like,
Have you
they're-
played them? Because I mean, I
played
don't
both
think
of them.
any. Oh, really? Oh shit!
Yeah, I
I
played
didn't know
both
that.
of them.
They're
Yeah.
fucking awesome. I love
They're
those
amazing.
games.
And I love like the survival mechanics I throw into it too.
Well, yeah, it's a stealth horror shooter game.
Uh-huh.
It's such an awesome combination of games. I fucking love those games.
Uh-huh.
So I was
And
super
you-
excited.
And it really implies heavily into resource management too.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
especially with your filters for your gas masks and stuff.
yeah. I had to reload like old saves because I just ran out of oxygen. I was like, well, fuck, I can't go anywhere. I'm gonna
I don't
die.
know what the fuck I'm gonna do now.
Especially if you're on the harder difficulties, they have some very intense difficulty settings.
Yeah.
If you don't manage everything, you're just fucked.
Yeah, no, they're fantastic games. They're very, very good.
So they said it's not coming out next year, but they'll have more to share when they have something to say. And this was a game that back in the day when THQ was a thing, they owned the rights, and then they sold the rights to Deep Silver when THQ went under.
Mhm.
So it's a new publisher. I believe it's still the same developer. I don't
And
think it
we
was.
still got a shitty Homefront game.
Deep,
Right,
Deep Silver did Dead Island, correct?
Yes, I
pretty sure they
believe
did.
so.
I think
That
so.
or it was Dying Light. No, they did Dead Island. It was Dead Island.
It was
Yeah,
Dead.
it
It
I'm
might have
pretty
been
sure it
both
was
of
Dead
them. I
Island.
can't remember.
Yeah.
No, I don't think they did Dying Light was a different company.
Was it?
Pretty similar gameplay type, but
It could have been maybe some of the same developers, but I think it was
I
under a
don't know,
different. It was
yeah.
under a different flagship. But anyway, it doesn't really matter.
That reminds me,
So-
I need to beat that game.
Right, so I know you liked it actually.
Dying
Dying
Light?
Light. Disco. was
I
a
want to
fan.
play it. I've never played it yet. I've always been really
It
curious
is
to try it.
horrifying at night.
I fucking bet, dude. It's,
Horrifying. I don't even know how you're supposed to play at night until you get stronger.
Right.
Like, I just every time I just go to sleep. It's like it's not worth even
Yeah,
going
the
outside.
day-night
for any
cycles
reason.
in that game
It's
are
like, I'm not even
crazy.
gonna do it.
Like it's not worth going outside. I will die. I know I will.
So
That's funny.
the only other real news that I found was that Mirror's Edge and Mirror's Edge Catalyst are now on EA Access.
Yeah, we talked about that a couple
So
weeks ago. I think.
yeah, they released, I believe, though they're like officially
They're on-
ready
yeah,
to
they're-
'cause
they're
at
in the
the time
vault
they
now.
weren't.
They're in the vault
They're in the vault now, so you can play those. And Xbox One was the leading console in sales for the 4th month in a row, I believe. So news and
Not
things.
Yeah.
surprising.
Well,
Right.
backwards compatibility.
Backwards compatibility
Backwards
is definitely
compatibility.
carrying that through right
Yes,
Men and
absolutely.
enemy.
Well, Josh just got rid of his 360 because backwards compatibility finally brought the last couple of games he needs.
I did.
So, yeah.
And I'm gonna follow that pretty closely here because I have no use for my 360 anymore.
I mean, because I was thinking about it too, but I like
Nice.
keeping my old consoles. So
I cried on the inside. I had that console for 10 years.
It's gonna be
Right.
10
it's gonna be
fucking
bitter.
years.
It's gonna be bittersweet when I get rid of it. But
Yeah,
you know,
it was
it's
definitely bittersweet.
It's time to move on.
It is.
It is the end of
It's
an era.
time.
I'm thinking about it too.
It's time to clear
actually.
out some space.
So
No, it's time.
yeah, backwards compatibility I think has 280 backwards games now.
Yeah.
And like
what
when it launched like a year ago, like today or something, or like yesterday, whatever. It just became a year old, and people were complaining when it first launched. Now they have Red Dead. Now they have Black Ops. You know they have
the fucking Mass Effect trilogy.
Mass Effect trilogy. Yeah, I when people freaked out like,
COD 4 is
oh,
remastered.
well,
you
yeah.
know.
Well, backwards they're all like, oh, these games suck. I was like, well, just fucking wait a few months, wait a year, and it'll be amazing. Now people are like, it's the greatest thing ever. So, yeah, fucking annoys me when people.
Funny little side note is I bought my 360 back in 2008, and I still have the original price tag sticker on. I'm stuck. I bought it from Gamers.
Games had manuals.
And I still have the original price tag sticker of $250 on it.
Well, sweet.
So it's like my 360 is filthy. Like I haven't cleaned it. It's probably full of dust, but it keeps on trucking, and it's probably only gonna give me like $20 trading credit, but whatever, you know. It's one of the old
If you get all your consoles and some games, it'll be around like 60 something in
yeah,
store.
I got a lot of games. I got a lot of games to throw along with.
I'm thinking about doing mine too because I have one
Being
more
that
game.
I'm a retro collector, I will keep mine.
Yeah.
See, I'm thinking about keeping mine, but I also have the Reach console. I don't like Reach. Reach is
Awful.
It's the worst Halo.
And
that
we're
was
gonna
ever
add
What are
another
you
30
guys
minutes of the podcast
talking
for
about?
Disco.
Josh, you're done.
God, isn't that?
All I'm saying is awful.
It's
I'm-
literally the worst Halo
I'm-
that they have ever made.
I don't know. It was worth $60 when I bought it.
God,
so.
no.
I'll punch you.
That's the worst.
Well, it definitely wasn't worth 80.
I have one
That
question.
game is not worth $1.
I don't know.
I have a question though.
Not
What do you
so
got
sure.
worth?
Pat, what have you been drinking all night? What is that you're drinking?
Vodka, bruh.
Is that vodka?
Fucking
Kind
game
of looks
fuel.
like urine.
Vodka and Game
it's
Fuel.
like the yellow game, like the orange
Mango.
game.
Pat's
Mango.
filtering his own urine in the kitchen.
I am.
Save
That's
money
why-
on
that's why I
alcohol.
It does look like you're drinking a glass of urine.
I'm saving the environment.
Very dehydrated urine.
This is recycling.
Oh god.
No, it's that
Wait,
new. That mango is actually not bad for the game fuel.
Fallout 4
The mango
updates are out. Better drink my own
blast
piss.
or whatever it is.
Mango jalapeno.
It's like hot mango or something.
It's not hot.
It looks
Yeah.
the same going in as it does coming out. So
Yeah.
apparently.
Well,
Anything else? Closing thoughts?
no.
Blah, blah,
When
blah.
is
I'm gonna
Final
go play
Fantasy
some Modern
VII
Warfare.
remake
I
gonna
know.
get some news?
God 4
I
is
did
bad.
not. I don't think anyone understood a one word you two just said.
Yeah, one at a time, people. Jesus Christ.
Pat first.
Fuck boys.
When is Final Fantasy VII remake gonna get some news?
I have a better question. Who cares?
Fuck
You know, I kind of do.
I just like
I'm
doing it to
curious.
you guys. I
I'm
love
curious. I'm curious to
It
know
makes
what
me
it's
so
gonna be.
happy.
I mean, like the last thing we saw was that gameplay demo.
I'm gonna buy a physical copy of that game so I can have sex with it every night before I fall asleep.
Better buy a
So your dick
digital
is
one,
that
too.
skinny, you can fit in there.
You don't like some
Yeah,
candles and
it
shit?
works good.
No, it's just gonna be on it. Obviously not in it.
He's gonna use it for butt play instead.
I would obviously split it like 1,000 times. I'd split 1,000 copies. So
I'm just
gonna
wondering.
trade off
It's
onto
it's
it.
gonna be
So,
episodic, so I'm wondering. Like they already had some gameplay from the first episode, which I can understand, but I'm just. It's been a while. December's when we're supposed to get some Kingdom Hearts 3, so I'm expecting maybe we'll get some Final Fantasy 7 episode like bullshit.
Oh.
Maybe this will be the
This
year I actually buy
15's getting
Aspiratus.
done on the 29th.
Dude, when it Kingdom Hearts 2.8. Oh, Kingdom Hearts 2.8.
That's in January. You gotta wait.
Oh, it's like right around my birthday too.
Disco?
I'm so excited.
Did you ever play any Kingdom Hearts games, Disco?
I currently have someone else's copies that I was supposed to play like 3 years ago. And I
played
literally never put them in my PlayStation 2.
And you
And
never will.
now they want the games back. So
It's like, have them.
I'm like, okay, yeah. I never played it. Thanks for letting me borrow it for 3 years.
They were good.
God damn it.
It's a good
Alright.
action RPG
Anything else?
in general.
Literally, some of the best combat I've ever played in a video game.
I'm gonna go play Modern Warfare.
Yeah,
So,
and
we'll have fun.
Modern Warfare is bae.
Right.
Seriously, till like 1 in the morning or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
It is 11:03, so you have
You have
some time to get home
Challenge
and play.
accepted.
So podcast over. Let's
Yep.
go.
Yeah, we're
All
done.
right. Like and subscribe. See you guys later.
Goodbye.
Love ya.